his strength as a researcher as well as his entrepreneurship spirit to work and came up with solutions to solving the housing deficit in Nigeria. He founded Oga for Property in 2018, which has today metamorphosed into Zylus Homes, one of the subsidiaries of Zylus Group International. Among his numerous educational qualifications, Dr. Oluwatosin Olatujoye is an alumnus of the School of Estate, where he learned the fundamental and comprehensive aspects of real estate. He has several certifications, which include the Metropolitan School of Business and Management in the UK, and also has a certificate in entrepreneur management by the Enterprise Development Center, Pan Atlantic University and Lagos Business School. He is currently the chairman of Zylus Group International, where he leads a large number of young professionals with the aim of building a conglomerate that would stand the test of time and generate high and long-term returns to all stakeholders using real estate, investment, agriculture, transport, and logistics. In recognition of his contribution to real estate industry and the society at large, he has won prestigious awards including the Nigerian Achievers Award 2020, the Top 50 Entrepreneurs in Nigerian Award, the Icon of Humanity Award, and Nigerian Property Merit Awards, the Nelson Mandela Award for Excellence and Integrity, 40 Under 40 CEO Awards, the Next Bulls Award by Business Day, as well as the City People Real Estate Award. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as I welcome on stage Dr. Oluwatosin Olatujoye. Meet our next speaker, Dr. Olu.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's celebrate once again Dr. Oluwatosin. Thank you so much, sir.
All right, good morning, everyone. I'm super excited to see everybody seated right here. And I want to especially welcome every one of you to this great occasion, Zylus Group Financial Intelligence Summit. I want to give God the glory for this great event of ours. And also, I want to really appreciate every one of you that are seated here. And most especially, I want to appreciate all my great mentors in the house. Please, can you put your hands together for my great mentors that has been mentoring me for a very long time, even till this time. And I want to especially welcome you, sir, Pastor Olumide Emmanuel. I really appreciate your coming, sir. You said you're going to come from your trip this morning and you moved down to the venue. I really appreciate you so much, sir. Thank you very much for coming, sir. I'm sure every one of us are waiting for your speech, sir. Thank you, sir. Also, I want to welcome my great father, my mentor, Pastor Ni Adesoya. Please, let's give a round of applause for him. Thank you very much, sir, for coming. And also, my business strategist, Mr. Sholesi Ezekiel. Thank you very much for coming. And also, I want every one of us sitting down here to please give a round of applause for ourselves for making it to this venue this morning. I can assure you that all the space available will be filled up. And with the way I'm saying things, it's possible that there may not be space for some people to sit down. And as we all know that we are still in the era of COVID. So there's need for us to ensure that we comply with the with the COVID rules, because as an organization, we believe in compliance, we believe in regulations, and we always ensure that we do the right thing. So very briefly, I'm going to be having my welcoming speech, and thereafter, I'll go to my presentation. Okay, so I want to start by saying that every dream starts with a process, a will, and a desire for actualization. However, not all dreams come true, but watching this dream materialize has been nothing but a blessing. Zylus Group International is definitely a dream come true, and is an honor to be in the center of the great works these past years. Hi, I'm Oluwatosin Olatunde, the chairman of Zylus Group International. It is my distinct honor and privilege to welcome you all to Zylus' 3rd year anniversary event, and also for our Financial Intelligence Summit. To celebrate an important milestone in our history, I want to thank you all for taking time from your busy schedule to join us for this occasion, particularly our royal father that will be joining us also. Also, for this great event we're having, which is our Financial Summit, I want to especially welcome you all because I believe you are going to learn a lot of things today. And we don't just want to have our anniversary, but also we want to give back to the people the way we have always been doing. And that's the reason why we have said that for today's Financial Summit, it's going to be, Financial Intelligence Summit is going to be a great time whereby you learn a lot of things about finances. There's a word that says that money answereth everything. I must tell you that in today's Financial Summit, you are going to learn a lot on how to make money and how to manage money. So on this note, I want to thank you all for taking your time to be here this morning. And also, I believe today is going to be a memorable day. So thank you very much, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, can we celebrate our chairman, Dr. Oluwatosin Olatunde? Can we celebrate him, please? It's officially open. Our summit, the Financial Intelligence Summit 2021, to celebrate our 3-year of consistently delivering value. At this time, we would like to go straight to hear our first speaker for today. Like I rightly introduced him earlier on, is someone that has been a blessing to me for over 12 years. And I can say that some of the things I've achieved is through sitting under his teachings, most of the things. At this time, we have a proper introduction for him that we've prepared. I know he has several introductions, but this time we have, ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker for today is Dr. Niyi Adesanya. He's going to be, sir, I'm adding in Dr. Sir.
Meet our next speaker, Niyi Adesanya. Niyi Adesanya is one of Nigeria's leading pragmatic and inspirational speakers, the leading voice on leadership transformation in the country. As a human capital expert with a core specialist in leadership management, his training and consulting expertise have been utilized by some Nigeria's foremost corporate organizations such as First Bank, Etisalat Nigeria, MTN, Globacom, Chevron, NSC, USC Group, as well as the first registrars and so much more. He's a leadership ambassador at the Center for Values in Leadership. He has also authored 2 books titled The Speaker, A Practical Guide to Creative Speaking and Presentation, as well as Leadership Quadrant, Keys to Personal, Corporate, and National Transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Nili Adesoya. Meet our next speaker.
Ọpẹ́ ló yẹ ọ́, Bàbá olóore, ìyìn ògo yẹ ọ́, Ọlọ́run ọba, Hosanna yẹ ọ́, ẹ ṣé o Bàbá. Ọpẹ́, ọpẹ́, Bàbá olóore, ìyìn ògo yẹ ọ́, Ọlọ́run ọba, Hosanna yẹ ọ́, ẹ ṣé o Bàbá. Nínú ọdún kọjá, ẹ dá wa láre, nínú èyí tí à ń wọ̀ yìí o, ẹ fún wa láyọ̀, ọpẹ́ ló yẹ ọ́, ẹ ṣé o Bàbá. Ọpẹ́. We are thanking God for 3 years. It is not by power, it is not by intelligence, it is by the Spirit of God. Ọlọ́run ọba. Hosanna yẹ ọ́, ẹ ṣé o Bàbá. Father, we thank you for Zylus groups. Thank you for that which you've done. Many companies started, but they are nowhere to be found. So we acknowledge you because we know it is not by our ingenuity, neither is it by our innovations. It is not because we are the smartest, but Lord, it's only because of your grace, not by power, neither is it by might, but it is by your Spirit. So we say thank you. On behalf of this organization, we say thank you. We bless and we magnify you, O God. In Jesus' precious name, we have given thanks. You may take your seat. You may take your seat. Well, I had to do that because we have to acknowledge God. It is God. I would also like to admonish the chairman that we have just started. There's a statistics that we have always run with in, in entrepreneurship. That 90% of the businesses that start will die after 5 years. And then the remaining 10% will go through another cycle of 5 years. And then 90% of the 10% that survive the first 5 years are likely to die after the second 5 years. What that means is that you are actually not in business yet until you have crossed 10 years. Because you're watching it, because the statistics has been proven to be true. So you need to watch it and you need to give thanks to God. And well, you have, there are some indices that we look out for in the first 5 years. It's cash flow. Once you can surmount the cash flow, then the next 5 years, you have to start doing a lot of system and make sure that everything is working. And that's what keeps you working. I think you have overcome the first 5 years. In 3 years, you have enough cash flow. Because if not with that, you can't be here. So, but the battle is still on. We are not over, it is not over yet. But with God, God will see us through. Anyway, before I go on, I need to acknowledge a great man that I admire so much, a man that was that we look up to, and we still look up to him. Those days when he packs up the stadiums all over Nigeria, we always sit down there because he has this grace and this anointing, and I believe God that that grace and anointing is going to be in display today. He is a man of many parts, has 2 PhDs. His own doctor is not honorary. He really wrote a lot of theses and a lot of, defended a lot of projects. And I'm so elated, excited, and that he's here. And I know that him being here is going to be a great blessing to Zylus, because he has created and produced great men. So ladies and gentlemen, if you do not mind, I will ask that you stand up and give a round of applause to Dr. Olumide Emmanuel. Olumide Emmanuel. Thank you so much, sir. We have seen your impact. We have felt it on a personal level. I have felt it on a personal level, and I truly celebrate you. You know, I don't flatter people. I don't flatter people. So whatever I say, take it to the bank, sir. It's from my heart. We love you and we celebrate you. Thank you for coming, sir. You may take your seat. Quickly, I think I was given 30 minutes. I think I've done 10 minutes already. But it's okay. I'm just going to do it fast and then get off your face so that we can do every other thing, because you don't keep the doctor waiting for too long. Also, my son in business, my son in ministry, my son in everything. He has put me on my toes because he's making me work for my money. And he's somebody that when it comes to strategy in Nigeria, he's a go-to guy. He's the go-to guy. He can sit down with you and then trash strategy like nobody else can ever trash strategy. Please help me appreciate also a brain in Nigeria, somebody to reckon with, our own very Sholesi, Ezekiel Sholesi. Thank you for coming right here, and thank you for being a blessing to Zylus groups. Now, we're talking about financial intelligence. Financial intelligence, and I will want to take you guys on a trip, probably on a trip, because most of the things that we call financial intelligence is not actually financial intelligence, is financial smartness. Because you made money and you have a very good turn of millions or billions in your account, it's not necessarily financial intelligence, it's actually financial smartness. And again, before I go, we were able to compare what smartness means vis-a-vis what intelligence means, so that you can know what is expected and what you need to do to move to the next level. Now, Robert Kiyosaki, we all know him, the writer of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, said something about financial intelligence, and that's where I want to take my conversation from. A pity the slides are not working. I will have presented my slide. But what did he say? He said financial intelligence is not how much money you make. I know you've heard about that before, but instead, how much money you keep. Yeah. Now, there's nothing new in that. But he didn't stop there. He said, how hard it works for you. Yeah? What is new? That is what we have always known about financial intelligence. Why are you telling me that is not financial intelligence, that's smartness? Tell us something new. He said, and now this is the catch. How many generations you keep it for? So, you know what? When you make money, you're smart. When you keep money, you're smart. When money works hard for you, you are equally smart. But when the money, or probably the wealth that you have built and you have kept, or whatever it is, start working for next generation and the next generation and the next generation of your family, that is when you have moved from smartness into intelligence. So you will agree with me, based on this short definition, that financial intelligence is not prosperity. Financial intelligence is posterity. In other words, it doesn't matter how much million you have in your account right now, if the grandchildren and your great-grandchildren cannot meet that wealth or that money being multiplied for them, that means there is something wrong with your financial intelligence. There is something wrong with your financial intelligence. We're not talking about you riding the best of cars right now. We're not talking about you traveling to the whole world right now. We're not talking about you shining and people praising you, or probably giving you a chieftaincy title in your village. We are talking about after you have come and gone, 2-3 generations after you can be like the Toyotas, can be like the Hondas, can be like the Mercedes, can be like the Walmarts, can be people who probably are not, your grandchildren are not even doing anything. They are probably just schooling and studying, and they can always come back home because at the end of the year, there is a dividends waiting for them that can last them for the next 1 year. That is financial intelligence. Financial intelligence. So by the time you are so occupied with making so much money, which is good, don't get me wrong, it is absolutely important, it is good. It's fine, because that is where the journey starts from. It is much more than that. Financial intelligence is not just about having a solid bank account, it's also about having a solid name. Because sometimes your money may not necessarily answer all things. But your name that you have built, invested in, definitely can answer all things. Pity my slide is not up. I will have shown you 2 pictures, and I will have asked you, who would you like if you met their son or their grandson? One is a multi-billionaire in dollars, and the other one probably, when he died, we were told that he was worth, or the money in his account was about $4 million. I'm talking about Nelson Mandela. And then a picture of probably a Bill Gates or a Jeff Bezos. Just imagine you met somebody who is Jeff Bezos, Nii Bezos. Oh, no, it can't be me, it can't be Mark Bezos. And then you're wondering, this is the son of Jeff Bezos. And then you're moving close to him. You're not moving close to him to actually see how you can help him very well. You're actually moving close to him to see how much you can get from his father's wealth. Are we together? But when it comes to a Tambo or Jacob Mandela, and you figure it out that this belongs to the son, he is a lineage of the son, lineage of Nelson Mandela, what you're thinking of is not about the wealth that they have, it is more about the name their father has built. Are we together here? So, what am I trying to say? Make all the money. Build all the houses. Invest in real estate. I'm sure Doctor will come and deal more with that because he has a fantastic book on money, School of Money. You will make all the money. But I just need to lay this foundation to know that it's not about the money you make. It's about the money that works for your children and your children's children. So if that is your mentality, then you begin to ask yourself questions. When you begin to make the money, what do I need to do for the next generation and then the third generation? and even 10 generations after. If that is your question, if that is something you want an answer to, so that tells you something, that financial intelligence goes beyond material things. Financial intelligence goes beyond money in the bank account. Financial intelligence actually goes beyond the real estate that you build or you have. Financial intelligence actually takes you deeper, or probably say deeper on the mundane level right now on investment, or probably if you cannot start your own organization, your own company, you invest in companies that you know will stand the test of time. That is the mundane part. That is the shallow part, which is very, very important for all to know. But much more than that, financial intelligence is you having a solid name, and not just that, teaching your next generation the importance or how best to attract wealth, how best to, grow wealth, how best to multiply wealth. Many of us do not realize this, that you do not get wealth by running after wealth. You get wealth by attracting it to yourself. So what you need to teach your children is what they need to know, how they need to position themselves, what they need to imbibe so that wealth will actually be looking for them. How many of us have gone to the bank asking bank for a loan and they didn't give it to you? Yeah, they would. They may not. But do you know how many people are begged to come and collect a loan? On a daily basis. They beg them to come and collect a loan. You know what? You know, somebody, I saw a joke. Let me just crack the joke. The guy was talking, they were talking. Somebody said, I need a loan. He said, you don't need a loan. He said, are you married? The guy said, no. So he said, you don't need a loan. He said, why? Because you're already alone. I saw that yesterday. So you're already alone. So why do you need a loan? So that, but you know what? People attract it. People attract it. So let me take you on probably a journey on what it takes to attract wealth. Yesterday I was at not yesterday, on Thursday, I was at a party invited by my friend in the UK. He was with us in Dubai. So the guy came to Dubai in March last year when we had a business meeting. And then when he left and he went back home to the UK, London, he was telling everybody that cares to listen at the party, it was a party, but it was more or less like marketing me. He said, when I came back from Dubai, I had only one business before I came, and after I came, I have 4 businesses in the city of London. 4 businesses. And he mentioned what changed, which I'm going to share with you. And not just him, I had another client, a guy who, when we had a discussion with him, we told him some of the things that he needed to do, which he put into practice. And then he said something so powerful when we were doing the feedback or the evaluation of his business. He said, I bidded for a job of 300 million naira. And he said, I wasn't given the job. But I was happy and excited that I could even dream of bidding for that job. Did you see the change? Did you see the change? He said, never in his life will he have thought, will he have even attempted to bid for that job. He said, we didn't get it. But I'm glad I bid it. It was just a matter of 4 weeks. After he lost that, he got another bigger one. And he was calling me some few days, 1 week back, and he said, you know what? The thing don't drop, oh. The thing don't drop, oh. Because something changed. It is not by running, it is not by struggling. Kirakita odola. Kirakita odola. In other words, struggling does not turn to wealth. I mean, yeah, kirakita odola, whatever. Struggling does not turn to wealth. You must know what it is. I was on a Zoom meeting yesterday, sorry, an Instagram program yesterday, and it was all about the be excellent theory, the be exceptional theory. And the lady was asking me, what do you need to do to be excellent? What do you need to do to be outstanding? What do you need to do to be exceptional? I said it's not by activities. Activities are secondary. The primary thing is for you to first believe that you are excellent. Once you believe that, you have started a journey. If you jump that and you go into activities, it's just a matter of time. You will still come back and retake your first course that you didn't take. Once you believe, it changes the whole paradigm. So you know what the rich man does? You know what the guy who sustained the wealth from generation to generation does? They make sure that they transfer that attitude, that belief that they have into their children, into their grandchildren, into their great-grandchildren, because any generation that misses that belief system, they will sell the houses that their parents built. They will squander all the accounts, money in the account. Once they miss that flow, when you believe, because the believing makes you become. No apologies at all. I like talking the scriptures. When you read very well and you know the story of Joseph, when Joseph was still a prisoner, the Bible recorded that he was a very prosperous man. So in other words, what we're talking about here is not what you have acquired. Joseph does not even belong to himself. Joseph was a property of his master. But yet they said what? He is a prosperous man. This is what you need. This is what you need to imbibe. Once you imbibe it, and that is what you teach your children. So if you are a wealthy man, and you don't spend time with your children, and you allow the teachers to teach your children all by themselves, you know what, God? You're missing out on financial intelligence. You're just being financially smart. Nobody can teach them. You need to sit them down. You need to transfer that, because that is the real wealth. It is not the cars. It is not the real estate. It is not the money in the bank account. It is that spirit. It is that believing that you transfer. At the Instagram meeting yesterday, the lady asked me for that. So what do we need to do? I said, number one, once you have built up that belief, you protect it. You protect it. Anybody or anything that is a virus to your belief, it's either you distance yourself from them or you cut off from them. Anything at all that shows any virus or any transfer of any virus to you, you distance yourself. And then anything that increases your energy, that increases that believability, is where you spend time with. Those are the people you hang around with. Those are the people you fraternize with. Those are the people you join their association or their network. I smile with everybody, but everybody does not have close access to me. I choose those people deliberately. because I must protect that important thing and that real thing called wealth. It is not my car, neither is it my house. It is that internal spirit, that internal belief must be protected. Anything that calls it short has already cut down that generational impact. Protect it. Watch what you see, watch what you hear. Because what you see and what you hear has impact on that mindset, on that attitude that generates wealth from generation to generation. I watch what I see. Not all TV programs are my programs. Not all TV radio shows are my radio shows. I deliberately pick them and I stay with the one that will strengthen that belief. Like I said, it is not about building those houses. They are important. Hope you know that I'm not trying to diminish that. Hope you know I'm not trying to diminish that. Hope you know that. It's important that you make money. I love making money. I love money coming to me. Some people even think that I'm too expensive, but it's okay. I love it. I love putting high price tags on my meetings. I love it. It's very important. But I know the real source of it. You know, I have some crazy things I do. People wonder that, how do you get to this point? It's internal. I had a program once, and before, I think that's first time in Nigeria. You're not LBS, you're not an institution, you're not education stuff like that. You're not that, and you put a price tag of 2 million naira on your what's it called? On your program. People said people will not come. I didn't believe them. People came. People came. How did that happen? I would never allow you, no matter who you are. That's why I love to fraternize with Dr. Olumide Emmanuel. Sitting around him alone will make you think straight. Sometimes, you know what, I don't even talk. I just listen to him and say, okay. Because most of the time, you know what, sometimes, let me share this with you. You know, some of the things that will change your life will not be taught. Will not be taught. Taught. The things that will change your life are going to be caught. Caught. They're going to be caught. And how do you catch? By being around those set of people. You know, I always share this with people. I don't know. I've shared this several times. It's not on my slide, but I just feel like I should mention it. The 1% of the world that controls the vast majority of the wealth. Probably 2017, Oxfam said this 1% of the population, working population of the world, actually made 82% of the wealth in 2017. You know, with COVID, it had become worse. So the question now you want to ask yourself is that how do you get into that 1% of the world's population that actually made 82% of the wealth by 2017? And one thing that stands them out actually is the ability to know where to be. Is the ability to know who to be with. Because everybody you be with, everybody you are hanging around, is either taking something away from that belief or adding something to that belief. Ladies and gentlemen, you attract wealth. Ladies and gentlemen, you position for wealth. I think Robert Kiyosaki also said that what's it called? Financial intelligence is your positioning. You know where the money is going. And you go ahead to stay there. So that when the people are even thinking about where is this going, you're already there. And I think also Steve Jobs also taught us that. I watched this thing on Netflix. You need to watch it, The Secret of Job or something like that, Steve Jobs. He said, what do you say? Why can you be saying that the customers are always right when they don't even know what they want? You know, they say you should do, feasibility study, do customer analysis so that you can know what the customer wants and then do it. But Steve Jobs said they don't even know what they want. So he was looking for people. I mean, his leadership ability is questioning when it comes to social skills and everything else. But when it comes to innovation, he was looking for people that would just revolutionize things for him. He knew where the game would be. So he was ahead of the game. So actually, he was dictating the game, pulling people to where it's supposed to be. He predicted the future. He stayed there and pushed people to it. Well, what am I trying to say? Be more intelligent, more than being smart. Smart people know a lot of facts and are able to draw on this arsenal of facts with ease. Intelligent people know a lot of facts but are driven by constant curiosity to find out more. Smart people they win arguments. Intelligent people listen more. In other words, the smart people are the guys who have money today. The intelligent people are the ones who have money tomorrow. Because you have an answer for that problem today doesn't mean you have the answer tomorrow. The guy who gives the right answer has the money for today. But the guy who asks the right question has the money for tomorrow. Whenever you're acquiring wealth, don't think about now. Think about your next generation. Think about your grandchildren. Think about your great-grandchildren. One of the legacies you can give is investing in a good company. And I think Zylus is one. Not I think, I know Zylus is one. Zylus is one. But let me say this, guys. Whatever investment that we've been doing with Zylus, I know Zylus will take it to, it's more like a smart investment. Because you invest and then you wait for it to mature for 12 months and then you get your interest and then you move on. And then what really gets you there is it's more about the interest I'm going to get. It's good, it's smartness. But there's another level where Zylus will take us into the stock exchange and we'll buy part of Zylus. And Zylus will be there. And then in 20 years' time, in 50 years' time, when you are even no more, I don't plan to be here in 50 years' time. No, 50 years is even too much. But by 50 years' time, when you're no more here, every year, your children are waiting for dividends to hit their account. Your children's children are waiting for the dividends to hit their account. And when it hits their accounts, they may be even lazing around like every other person. But because of the blessing that is on you, that you have done, they are all smiling and smiling and smiling and smiling. Financial intelligence, as I round off, is not about now. It's about the future. Financial intelligence, as a round off, is not about you. It's about the next generation. Financial intelligence, as a round off, is not about the material things that you have right now. It's about all those material things can be of a blessing to your next generation and your next generation. Financial intelligence is different from financial smartness. And what you should be playing is to play in the game of the next generation and the next generation. But one thing I know, if you are into all the things that we'll say here today, and probably in the evening, is that generations will call you blessed. No, you didn't get that. You didn't get that. I mean, generations will call you blessed. Your great-grandson or your great-granddaughter will look at your picture and will say, thank you, Grandpa Olumide Emmanuel. Thank you. Although I didn't meet you, great-grandpa, but you know what? I met your blessings. That is financial intelligence. Don't eat everything. Invest. Not investing to just see what you can get now. Investing with the next generation in mind. Investing with your great-grandchildren in mind. That is financial intelligence and not just financial smartness. Although we can start with smartness, but we must end it up with intelligence. I hope with these few words of mine, I've been able to explain to you where you should put your focus. I hope with these few words of mine, I've been able to convince you, and not confuse you, that the way to go, it is not just about you. It's about your children's children, the next generation and the next generation. Looking at you and saying, God bless Tosin for building something great that lasts more than your lifetime. Thank you, and God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we please put hands together for Mr. Niyi Adesanya? Thank you so much, sir. Wow. Smartness and intelligence. Investing in the generation in mind. Wow. Wow. Is it worth it so far? Can we celebrate once again, Mr. Niyi Adesanya? Thank you so much, sir, for doing justice. Yes, sir. I'm sure that we had expectations. What can we do to be smart, to be intelligent about ourselves? Some people had 5-year goal, 10-year goal. But what he just shared with us, he shared vision with us. This is another 50-year goal, 60-year goal. And we're already seeing our grandchildren, because until you see it, you might not get it, right? And we're already seeing our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren saying, yes, thank you so much. And thank you for prophesying that we'll be in the stock market, sir. We are working on that. Thank you so much. We see ourselves doing that very shortly. I hope it's worth it so far, like the chairman rightly said in his introduction message to us earlier on. And if you know, I don't know if you noticed, when he came on stage earlier on, this screen wasn't working, but we try not to make it a distraction. For people that know Dr. Tosin is very quiet person, achieves, and his results speaks. And so we would like to, he will come share with us some of the things he's put up. He's put up, as you know, he's very smart, very intelligent. He's going to come speak to us for some few minutes also, and then we have our panel session. We're going to do his proper introduction so that we can see fully the thing, because we're celebrating a milestone, 3 years of consistently delivering value. Once again, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you greatly. If your phones, you can kindly please put your phone on the vibrate mode, on the silent mode, but if you know that the vibrate mode is even louder than the, just off it. Yes, it has smartness and intelligence. It's smart to off it and that intelligently wait for the program after the, yeah. At this time, can we have the video of our chairman, and then he will come speak to us a few minutes, and then we'll have the panel session. Are you ready? Track 2.
Meet our next speaker, Dr. Oluwatosin Olatujoye. Dr. Oluwatosin Olatujoye is an entrepreneur, business coach, investor, human and capital development strategist, and philanthropist. With over 2 decades of sales and marketing, negotiation, public speaking, management, human resources, project management and development, he has over the years acquired skills that have been instrumental to the growth of his career. With a burning desire to find solution to some visible problems in Nigerian society, Dr. Oluwatosin put his strength as a researcher as well as his entrepreneurship spirit to work and came up with solutions to solving the housing deficit in Nigeria. He founded Oga for Property in 2018, which has today metamorphosed into Zylus Homes, one of the subsidiaries of Zylus Group International. Among his numerous educational qualifications, Dr. Oluwatosin Olatujoye is an alumnus of the School of Estate, where he learned the fundamental and comprehensive aspect of real estate. He has several certifications, which include the Metropolitan School of Business and Management in the UK, and also has a certificate in entrepreneur management by the Enterprise Development Center, Pan Atlantic University and Lagos Business School. He is currently the chairman of Zylus Group International, where he leads a large number of young professionals with the aim of building a conglomerate that would stand the test of time and generate high and long-term returns to all stakeholders using real estate, investment, agriculture, transport, and logistics. In recognition of his contribution to real estate industry and the society at large, he has won prestigious awards including the Nigerian Achievers Award 2020, the Top 50 Entrepreneurs in Nigerian Award, the Icon of Humanity Award, and Nigerian Property Merit Awards, the Nelson Mandela Award for Excellence and Integrity, 40 Under 40 CEO Awards, the Next Bulls Award by Business Day, as well as the City People Real Estate Award. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as I welcome on stage Dr. Oluwatosin Olatujoye. Meet our next speaker.
All right. Thank you very much. Please, let's be seated. Briefly, I'll be talking about financial intelligence, and I'll also be dynamics in my speech, just to quickly touch some places. And before I do that, I really want to appreciate my great mentor, Pastor Ni Adesanya, for the great presentation that has been given to us. In fact, when I was told that I would be the next person, I asked myself question that, what am I going to say again? My mentor have said it all, but I believe with the order of the program, I just still have to say something. So today we are going to be talking about the key pointers to attaining financial success. The key pointers to attaining financial success, because I believe that for you to be successful, you need to be financially intelligent. And you have been hearing a lot about this since we started, and I believe that there's still more to talk about it. But basically, I would like to be practical a bit than talking about the details that are on the slide. So when we're talking about financial success, it requires us, or it requires you, to have the necessary financial intelligence that needed to be put in place. So there's no way you can have the financial success without being financially intelligent. So the first part of it is for you to acquire the necessary knowledge that you need to acquire by ensuring that the knowledge you have acquired in terms of finances leads you to become financially successful. Because most time, you'll realize that even from school, there's no topic that is called financial intelligence. There's no topic in school that will teach you how to how to make money or how to multiply money. It is after you've acquired some of the things, some of the information that you need to acquire, and you put all those information into implementation, then you begin to make financial success. So this take me back to one of the formula that I crammed so much in school, because I believe that this formula is going to be a formula that I will use to make wealth. And I'm sure some of you will still remember this formula. The formula is called Almighty Formula. How many of you remember that formula? Almighty Formula. In fact, I crammed this formula so much that I thought that's the formula I will use to make wealth. In fact, even till now, I still remember the formula. The formula is minus b plus minus square. In fact, I normally use it to sing. If you know the song, you can follow me. Minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac over 2a. And we keep singing about this formula. We keep singing about this formula every time, because I so much believe that once I have the formula, once I understand the Almighty Formula, I'll be able to implement this Almighty Formula to become a successful person. But after graduating and I begin to face the life, I realized that all the formulas that I've been cramming on my head is just bullshit. It's bullshit, because the formula cannot really make me to be a successful person. I just need this formula for me to be able to be intelligent. And that's the reason why we have great mentors around us. Because for you to be financially intelligent, as my father said, Pastor Nia Adesoya, you don't need to, it's not something that you are going to be taught. You need to move with people that will give you great information on how to make money. So, on this note, we are talking about financial intelligence, and also you'll be able to know that it is not also about financial intelligence, because you need to be financially intelligent in order for you to be financially successful. So with that, the road that leads to attaining financial success is very, very linear. It's very, very linear. It requires a lot of discipline and intentional habit. Getting yourself on a sound financial footing takes a lot, like building a successful business. It can be a decades-long enterprise requiring planning, skills, and also patience. Because if you look at your journey from the beginning till now, you realize that everything you have been passing through, all the information you have been trying to gather, is actually positioning you towards financial success. So all these necessary information that you need to gather is about finances, about money management, is positioning you towards financially successful. Because without having those information, then you may not be able to get it rightly. And that is the reason why I also appreciate my great mentor, my father, Pastor Olumide Emmanuel, for the school of money that he has also created. Because there's no school of money in the higher institution. There's no school of money in the university or in the secondary school. But he has created this school, which is School of Money, where you can learn how to make money and how to, implement it, or how to use it, or how to manage it. So all these things are very important. What is financial success? Financial success depends on perspectives and individual, depends on perspectives and individual. Therefore, that makes it a bit difficult to explain, as everyone has their own definition. Real financial success is attained when the accumulation of wealth or achieved level of income is enough money to support your ideal life, hopefully for the rest of your life. Some refer to it as financial independence or financial freedom. Pastor Nia have told us that it is not about the money we make in our bank account. It is not about the money or the funds we have been able to gather. It is about how we can make this money to the extent that other people also, get the impact of the work that you have done. So it is very important for us to understand that for you to attain a financial success, you need to be financially intelligent. So by so doing, I would like to share some 8 key pointers to attaining financial success. I can understand what it takes. I can understand. I have been there before. I know how the journey started. I can tell the story from the beginning till the end, the way it started. It has always, the road to success has always been difficult. The road to success is not a smooth journey. The road to success is a journey that you have to pay the price to get there. Even if you get there without paying the price, you realize that management of it may not be possible. And at the end, everything you have gathered, you end up losing it in one day. So, I started my journey as a businessman in 2007. And what I am into is to sell insurance. And insurance man those days is different from the insurance man of now. Those days, when you see insurance man, the way they call us, we put on a shoe. If you want to recognize, just check the suit from here, and from here, instead of black, it's already turning to brown. I've been there before. The shoe you put on, because you've walked a long distance. Insurance, we can walk. In fact, that time, long distance is just when you're saying that, is it not that place? I remember one of my oga would say, why should I have to buy a car when my house is just there? And when I tried to understand where the man was saying his house was, it's actually a far distance. And I was like, wow. So my oga can even say, well, why should I buy a car? My place is not far now, it's just there. So I have been there before. I know the journey. I know what I have passed through. And I am saying that I know many of you have also done the same thing. But I can tell you that these are the price we all need to pay to be financially successful. So I'm going to be sharing with you about 8 points because the time will not permit me to say more than this. So the first point I want you to note is that you must have a solid plan. And your plan must be very, very calculative. You must be calculative about it. You must ensure that you put a strategy in place that will ensure that you develop a solid plan that will help you in the future. When I worked so hard that from being an agent, I grew to become a unit manager, from unit manager to become an agency manager while I was working with ICO. I know when I'm supposed to resign. In fact, in the nationwide of ICO Insurance PLC that period, I was in number 9th position out of about 200 and something agency managers. And I put a pen and I said, I want to resign. Because I love being challenged. I love so much challenge and I want to face more challenge. And I put a pen on a paper and I resigned. One woman walked straight to meet me and asked me, Tosin, I'm so close to you. I said, yes, ma. He said, I know a lot of people may not be able to tell you this, but I just want to open my mouth to tell you. Because some people have been talking to me about this, but I don't know how to hide it any longer. Are you sure? Are you sure that it is not a cause from your village that is making you to resign from ICO? Because you are making it, you are making more money. You are making good. On a monthly basis, your income is close to 1.52 million naira. Why should you resign? And me too, I quickly go to my quiet place and I ask myself a question. Are you sure, guy? Are you sure you've checked this thing enough? You know, women can be very, very afraid of such thing. My wife called me to the room and she was like, are you sure you've checked this thing very well? You know, we are still seeing money to eat. Most time it's always eat. Children, eat, family, children. You know, we are still seeing money to eat. We are still paying children's school fees. If you go and resign now, how do we meet up all these expenses? And I look at it that, well, it is until you understand the journey we're going before you can, support me in this drive. And we begin the journey. And we started it. In fact, for the first 6 months, my wife was still watching me from far, saying, let me be seeing how it will work. I pray it will work because I know everything you want to achieve, you're always determined to achieve it. But I'm still afraid though. And thank God to the able team I have, the the management staffs of the company, the operation staff, the sales force, everybody, I so much appreciate you. Because today could not have been a great success if it is not God Almighty and also your support so far. And that's the reason why we've been able to do a little that we've been able to do for the period of 3 years. And some people talk to me and I keep wondering that what you have been able to achieve, some people have worked for 10 years and they have not achieved it. And that makes me to be able to glorify God for what he has done for the company, Zylus Group International. Thank you. So you must have a solid plan. You must have a solid plan. Number 2, you must invest in yourself. You must invest in yourself. Some of you will make money and you cannot spare a little amount of money to buy books. A certain percentage of your income cannot be used to buy book that you read and get more information. See, running up and down is not really where the money is. The money is in the information you are able to acquire. It is the information that you get, that you implement, that becomes money for you. So most time, whenever I pray to God, in my quiet moments, I don't know how to pray too much. I don't know how to pray. I don't have to go to mountain and go and use 1 year before I pray to God. I don't know how to fast. I don't know how to fast. In fact, whenever I'm supposed to fast, sometimes I will call my pastor and say, sir, that day you let me go. Because I don't know how to do it. But I know that with people around me and also with God Almighty around me, I go quietly and I pray. In fact, sometimes my wife is always interested in, can't you pray loud? So that I can be hearing your prayer. Maybe my own prayer is also part of it. Although I'll pray for my family, I'll pray for her. But most time, I always pray in quiet to God. And I see things materializing. So, we have to ensure that we invest in ourselves. And most time, whenever I pray that God should give me wisdom and understanding. Sir, I don't know how to quote Bible. I'm not a pastor. But I've seen a lot of story in the Bible that I'm using that is helping me so much. And one of the stories is that I know that when God asked Solomon that, what do you want me to do for you? Solomon said that, sir, please, I don't know if I'm right, but you guide me, sir. Solomon said that he needs only wisdom and what? Help me now. Wisdom and understanding. But God knows that if he gives Solomon wisdom and understanding, there's no way Solomon will not have money. There's no way Solomon will not know that he's supposed to take care of his health. Because the wisdom and understanding will be there that will guide him. So he asks for wisdom and understanding. So, you need to get information. And it is by investing in yourself, buying books, changing your clothes. In fact, I have someone that if he check his pocket, you won't meet 1 naira in his pocket. But whenever he's coming, the way the guy will iron his clothes with stash, in fact, you know, this guy has money. But when you say, bring the money, I say, you understand? You need to package yourself. It is part of the tools to financial success. Package yourself. Let people see you and be able to associate themselves with you. Perception and also first impression is key. In fact, before somebody will allow you to talk to them, they want to see you from far and know if they are going to spend enough time with you or lesser time. So, invest in yourself. The next one is create a budget and stick to it. When you create a budget, it will be a guide towards being a financial successful. The next one is develop a saving culture to accumulate wealth. Sometimes you feel that there are some amount you cannot reach. But for you to reach that amount, it requires that you accumulate funds, you accumulate the money you make. Then if you want to achieve 1.2 million naira in 12 months, maybe you have not seen million before. What it just takes you is to save 100,000 on a monthly basis. In the next 12 months, you are going to be a millionaire. But it is difficult to be done. So you need to develop a saving culture to accumulate wealth. The fifth one is that you need to invest in the right source to generate passive income. In fact, the income you make alone may not be enough. Because the more you make money, the more demands increase, the more responsibility also increase. And this calls for you to make more money. Whenever you see that your expenses is above your income, then that is telling you that you need to change your state of work. You need to change what you're doing at the moment. Or you need to add more to what you're doing. So by so doing, you need to invest rightly to generate more money to yourself. So the 6th point says that diversify your investment. Diversify your investment. Because when you invest in a place, also ensure that you invest in other places so that you can be able to diversify. And by so doing, you'll be able to have multiple income. Avoid being in debt. Number 7, avoid being in debt. Because, in fact, you think that the debt you are bringing to yourself is actually helping you. But you realize that there's some debt you incur that huge interest is being added to it. So when you use those funds to do something, you realize that even the profit you are supposed to make, you end up using that profit to service the debt you have incurred. So avoid being in debt and make sure that you are very, very calculative about it, should in case you meet yourself in it, or else you will not be able to manage it. And before you know, you'll be running scatter. So the last point says that be patient. Financial success is not achieved in a day. I'm sure everything we're going to be talking about today is not for you to just leave this venue now and just become financially successful. Pastor Nia have said that. Pastor Lumide have said that once I leave this place, I'll become financially successful. No. What we're doing here, and that's the reason why I want you to really pay attention and take every note you can take. because information is going to be coming out to you. And when you take that note, you are expected to go out there and start implementing it. And by so doing, you will realize that you are going to be able to achieve a lot. So, as I said, attaining financial success is about being financially intelligent. And for you to be financially intelligent, you need to acquire knowledge. You need to get more of information. And that is part of the reason why we're here today. And I want to really appreciate you all for taking time to be here today. And I'm sure we are all going to enjoy this section together. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, briefly, Dr. Tosin shared with us 8 important things, and I hope we can remember those things. One, he talked about what? Second, 3, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Let's put hands together. Thank you so much. It was obvious that you were following 8 steps added to the SMART and the intelligence that Dr. Niyade spoke about. Thank you so much. We sincerely appreciate you. I keep adding the doctor, sir. Yeah. I don't know, you just keep the unction just saying doctor. Maybe, okay, yes, sir. You're listening to, yeah, close to the doctor. Yes, sir. You know, that's what you said. You have to associate with him. So, yeah. I'm also a doctor. I mean, yeah. I used to be a native doctor, but thank God for God that delivered me that. All right. At this time, we'd like to go straight to our panel session. The first one for today, a panel session for today. It's also, this one's going to be very interactive. We'll be having Mr. Samson Olatunde and Mr. Tadekash. Yes, I know. Let's have the introduction from Mr. and I'll introduce the person that will be talking to. Can we have the introduction from Mr. Tadekash and the introduction from Mr. Samson, and then I'll introduce.
Coming up on stage.
Hold on, please.
Next is yet another panelist, Samson Olatunde. Samson Olatunde is a Nigerian admired digital entrepreneur and a man of multiple talents. A speaker, trainer, author, consultant, coach, and philanthropist. He is the founder of the Digital CEO Tribe, Africa's community of digital savvy professionals with a vision to help businesses in sub-Saharan Africa and beyond. In his untiring quest to nurture career professionals and entrepreneurs, Samson Olatunde founded the Samson Olatunde Foundation with a mandate to transform Africa through education and enterprise using ICT. Samson Olatunde is the host of the Digital Conversation, aimed at telling stories of real people going to real places on real platforms. He is the author of more than 30 books, including his latest book titled The Digital Entrepreneur. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on stage our panelist, Samson Olatunde.
Can we appreciate Mr. Samson Olatunde? Yeah. And now our next speaker, our next panelist is Mr. Tadekash.
Meet our next panelist, Tadekash. Tadekash is a world-class cash flow entrepreneur and investor, a super wealth coach, legendary closer, and an educator. He's the co-founder of more than 5 cash-rich businesses and believes that assets should be predictable, consistent, and perpetual income that funds our lifestyle. It shows individuals, companies, and nations how to unlock the hidden asset that would create perpetual, consistent, and predictable prosperity for them. He is the creator of the Short and Sell program and the Money Mastery program. He is the author of Shut Up and Collect the Money, the Money Mastery Revolution, Build Assets, Not Just a Business, as well as the Wealth Genotype. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as we welcome on stage Tadekash.
Let's appreciate Mr. Tadekash. Thank you so much. And to moderate this session, I'd like to introduce our moderator, Elesho Moyo Sorulwa. Is a broadcast Journalist, public speaker, content creator, social entrepreneur, passionate about change and growth in our community. He's an honest personality and has worked with different media outfits. She's currently a presenter and content creator of Zylus Group International. Please put your hand together for Moyo Cerullo. Can we celebrate her, please? As she coordinates this session, she'll be handling, let's celebrate her, please. Hallelujah. Oh, I said hallelujah. Okay. Hosanna. Is there sound? Can you speak? Speak now in the name of Jesus. Is it working? We can't have this kind of mic cannot work in this commission. What are we talking about? Is it working? The mic is not working. We can't leave Kaduna and come to Lagos, no?
Well, that has been fixed, ladies and gentlemen. Please put your hands together for Sako once again. He's been doing an amazing job. Thank you. I would like to especially say a very big welcome to everyone here today, the chairman and our distinguished speakers, as well as our honorable panelists. I am so blessed to be seated amongst amazing men, and they look dapper, by the way. All right, we can stick with this. Media team, please, we can stick with this for a while if you're still trying to fix that. Thank you. All right, then. This is going to be an interesting panel session for a lot of reasons. And that is because there's been a lot of conversation going on already in line with some of the things you need to prepare your mind with when it comes to being financially intelligent. And a lot has been said by Pastor Nia Desoya, as well as the chairman, Zylus Groups International. But I'm sure that it's always good to also have people from, the middle of the conversation come on board to share some of the things that they know, they've experienced, and they want to make you also see as we continue with the conversation today. I have the cash flow expert seated here today. And I also have a digital entrepreneur joining this particular conversation. I'm sure you're expecting us to have the panel session, a panel session before this one, but we're definitely going to bring that afterwards. This one is coming up now because we've had so many conversations around what to do to achieve success, financial intelligence, what it is, and some of the things you need to know about being financially intelligent. So now we're going to have this panel session precede the first one we ought to have, because this time around, we want you to see, practically from this very amazing men with me today, insights on how you can maximize opportunities as well as generate wealth. So this is going to be the practical, okay, chairman went practical, Pastor Nii also went practical, but this is a deeper level of practicality, because panel sessions gives room for you to explore and of course ask questions that you want to ask or that you have in mind that you can't ask the speakers. So we are going to kick off with those deep thoughts right now, because I know these men, they are not here to play at all. So ladies and gentlemen, I'll be asking a few questions on your behalf, and then we'll give room for maybe one or two more persons to ask them questions. Like I said, Mr. Tadekash is a digital cash flow expert, as well as the digital entrepreneur here. So we're going to have two sides of the conversation. But my first question for Mr. Tadekash is, as a cash flow entrepreneur, I'm sure you're one person who is very particular about, you can get it, go for it, you have that, look at the opportunities right in front of you, go for it. So now, can you please tell us in about a minute or two, what you think really is, or what do you think maximizing opportunity is? Like, what does it mean to maximize opportunity? Looking at it from the financial intelligence aspect.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, so when you look at life generally, for me, I went to school, I studied economics. By the way, I had a first class studying economics. And you will realize that in the course of doing that for 4 years, looking at the books, reading it every single day, There is no professor that comes into the classroom to talk to me about my personal economy. You know, there is only one class in all of the 4 years that talk about my personal economy. And it's very simple. It's just one line, one lecture. That means the process has already been rigged against you for you not to be financially successful. So you left school and you are wondering, like, okay, I know all these books. I can do all this stuff. And then the best deal that will have been for you is to go and be a lecturer. And you don't want to be a lecturer, so the game is against you already. So what do? Opportunities is like beauty. It's in the eyes of the beholder. And so one thing that makes opportunity real for people is the capacity that you have developed. Opportunity is everywhere. It's like the air that you breathe, but you can't see it if you don't develop the channel and the room for you to be able to see it. So we're in this room today. I was coming when my boy is talking, and I was watching online when he was talking about intelligent and being smart. And you know, you can see that we have been carried away with smartness, but smartness limits you if you are not intelligent. So this is it. If you want to maximize opportunity, the first thing is be truthful to yourself. I need to become the kind of person that attracts opportunity. If I don't become that kind of person, it's like shading your own shadow. You will shade it till you are 90 and you will never get anything. So it begins with you, not the outside. You. That means if you are not becoming it, you cannot have it. Right. It's very, very practical.
Very, very practical. You know, when he said it's in you, it just kept reminding me of Papilo. You know, that advert from Peak Milk back in the day, right? Somebody is getting me, right? Interested. So yes, it's in you and it starts from right within. And that's very important point to take on. Let's go to the digital entrepreneur. We're talking about opportunities and you have rightly said that there are so many of them, and it starts from what you can see within you. On the external front, we have so many digital tools. You know, in this age, I mean, it's the 21st century. And a lot of people are talking about how you need to maximize this, maximize that tool, this tool, and that tool. As a digital entrepreneur, can you share with us some of the tools, you know, that should be maximized when we're talking about financial intelligence, building a business, and entrepreneurship?
Okay, thank you. It's good to be here. I think it's very important for us to understand that technology is just to make it to be effective and efficient to achieve more. I mean, so you're doing things manually and then you introduce what makes you do things in a very simplified way. That's just what technology is about. And so if you're introducing technology to achieve many things, you have to first master your game. You stay on your strengths. You use the tools that you know that you are good at. It's either you learn it, you outsource to someone who knows how to do it, for you to be able to achieve more of your results when you're using technology. Now, talking about maximizing and taking advantage of different platforms, I think that you need to understand that when you're on the internet, you don't compete, but you collaborate. Because you can't compete with a Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. They're big enough, they have resources, they have investors, and then if you're just starting up, you don't have that. What you have to do is to think around collaborating with those platforms. Now, so you've got Facebook that can segment for you effectively where those people are. Then you need to begin to think about what you're doing on the platform. Now, you don't become a noise maker talking about what is happening, but you become a money maker. To become a money maker means that you have a product or service that you want to sell to a starving crowd on the internet, and then you maximize that platform to make it happen. So how does it work? It's simple. For instance, I take a Facebook, I have a product, I'm selling shoes. I want to look for people that have the capacity to buy from me. I do my statistics appropriately. I place my advert to reach those people. What I'm doing is that I'm collaborating with that platform to reach out to people on the platform who are willing to buy my product once they see it. And then I can use technology to achieve so much for myself to make more money. So it means that you need to begin to think around why you are on that platform and what you are selling to people who are starving crowd on that platform, and how much you can make faster, easier, being simplified to make more money for yourself on the internet. That's one of the ways to maximize that platform called social media.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Please put your hands together for them. I'm sure you're following the process. Like I said, it's very key because we need to begin to see more practical side to the conversation. I have this question for you also before we go to the people. You know, every time people talk about generating wealth in Nigeria, I'm not myopic, but sometimes I'm like, is it really possible? Because, you know, a lot of people feel like Nigeria stiffen so many things, stiffen your dreams, stiffen your purpose, your work, your business. It's either you're fighting Nepal, you know, there's so many troubles, yeah? But we're not going to touch that. But I want to ask you, genuinely, do you think it is possible to amass wealth? Because most people just want to make an ends meet. Do you think it's possible to amass wealth? If yes, how?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. Now, you need to understand that wealth is not an event, it's a process. And for you to amass wealth, you also need to understand the origin of wealth or the dynamics that make it happen. Now, where can you find money? You can find money in two places in particular. Number one, you can find money in chaotic places. Number two, is Nigeria chaotic? Yes. Number two, you can find money in the places where there are many troubles and there are many problems. Did they have problems in Nigeria? So this is then what happened. Your problem is that you are taking Nigerian problem personal. Because it is not taking Nigerian problem personal that will make you create wealth in Nigeria. You consume the news, you don't use it. So most Nigerians consume news rather than using news. What happened to you when you consume news? You grow fat with worries. What happened to you when you use news? You grow rich with wealth. So in Nigeria, you need to understand that there is problem. Now, in South Africa, 2 months ago, my friend was coming to Nigeria. He went to the embassy. He went to the Nigerian embassy to pick his passport. And he saw a lot of South Africans that wanted to come, especially the whites. They wanted to come to Nigeria, and they denied them visa. And they started crying. And my friend was watching them, and he was wondering, what's wrong with you? You are crying to come to Nigeria. And then I said something to him. You should pray that what makes a South African cry because they deny him visa to come to Nigeria, God should open your eyes to see it. Because you see, money is in problems. Wherever problem goes, money goes there. But this is it. Problem is not an opportunity. What makes problem an opportunity is for you to see it ahead and prepare for it. So that when it shows up, you can use it. You can build wealth in Nigeria. And that is why all the speakers that are talking to you today, they're talking to you about the money seedlings of wealth, which is financial intelligence. Because for you to build money tree, you need a seedling. And the money seedling of wealth is financial intelligence, ability to see the missing structure where other people are making noise. That is what Nigeria is. It's a pot of gold for those that have capacity, for those that have courage, for those that have commitment, and they can use it. So this is it. Can you build wealth in Nigeria? Absolutely yes. Can you go very poor in Nigeria? Absolutely yes. The choice is yours.
I'm glad I did not tell you to clap before you did so, because right now, that one hits me in my brain. Ladies and gentlemen, we're still talking about generating wealth, maximizing money. This digital tool that you were trying to explain to us earlier on, is it part of the things we really need to generate this wealth? It's just told us that getting wealth or generating wealth is possible. How then do we do it using those tools?
Okay, so I think Tadi has done a lot of foundation for me, and I think it's very important for us to just walk through some practical steps. So if you want to make money on the internet using the digital tools, you want to understand that you work with what I call the P's. So you must develop your passion, discover and develop your passion. Because many people are passionately poor just because they don't understand the business side of their passion. There's a business side of what you know how to do. There's a business side of what you know how to do. And then you have to begin to discover and develop that passion. Then you look for those people. That's the second P. The first P is discover your passion. The second P is discover the people in which those passion you're willing to serve with. So it means that on the internet, you have different kinds of people. You have the buyers, you have the sellers, you have the scammers. Who do you want? People that want to buy what you know how to do. So for you to be able to sell to those people what you know how to do, you have to begin to think about the problem of those people on the internet. So that's the third P. I've got a passion. I'm looking for the people in which my passion connect to. I'm looking for the problem of those people. Then I begin to think about what value can I bring to that marketplace in exchange for money, which is your product. You don't get online without selling something. You must be selling a solution. Your solution has to be put together in a product. Your solution must meet the people in which your passion that you have created in a product format connect to those people. And then you begin to think around how do you package it. Many a times you see something on Jumia, Konga, e-commerce site, you get interested, you do an impulse buying, and by the time it comes to you, you're asking the question, is this what I ordered for? There's a part of the packaging of what attracts people online based on the content you're willing to give them that you have put in the product. And then you begin to now scale up to say, how much do I want to make in this marketplace? And that goes to the next P, which is your platform. So you've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, from your passion to the people, to the problem, to the product, to the packaging, and then you are in the market to want to sell. How much you want to sell determines how much advert you want to place, how much targeted audience you want to get out there, and then what you want to do on that platform to generate more money for yourself. And then you think around the profit, except you're running an NGO. If what you are doing is for you to make profit, it means that you need to begin to think about how do I get return on investment, putting those products together in a solution that will meet the people's needs on the internet, and then that begins to work. So it means that all of the things I've explained is what you have to first do. And then where you now come up to begin to look at a way to scale it up is that platform called the digital platform. So LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, how much more do you understand in leveraging on that market to make more money for yourself? So it means that what has happened to many of you is that you have been passing over opportunity repeatedly without understanding how to turn your passion to profit using the internet.
Interesting. So which of these platforms are you using to generate wealth? Which one of them? Don't worry, I'll take your chorus answer. Which one? None. Nobody is using any of digital tool here. That's well, the English was not hard. Which of the platforms are you using to generate wealth? Which one? Don't worry, I'm taking it. Which one? Go ahead. LinkedIn, Facebook. This is the only person generating wealth. Only person. Every other person is just looking at me. But then I think it's important that we start taking note of some of these platforms and how it works for you. I met a young lady on the red carpet earlier on, and she did mention that she had to forfeit a boat cruise to be here. And I know what that means. For someone who is obsessed with water, I know what it means to forfeit a boat cruise. And she did mention that she means business coming here. She wants to know how to deal with money. And I was just wondering if you can take us through that step of how do I move from managing money to maximizing money? Okay, so I believe so much. Daddy is here, still going to have a section on money that I believe is going to maximize us. However, this is it. It's a money has a personality. There is a personality that money has. For instance, I grew up learning that if you, for instance, mess up with money, the intelligence of money is going to work against you. And that's why many a time people say, don't love money. But that is fact, and it is scriptural, that the love of money is the root of all evil. However, there is a dimension that is not written, but it's written in my heart. You know what that dimension says? Don't love money, but you must love what, you must do what money loves. Okay? So many people don't do what money loves, and they are wondering why they are broke. Many people don't do what money loves. Money loves to be respected. Money loves commitment. Money loves to work.
That is why if you work for money for the rest of your life, you are going not anywhere. Why? Because imagine you have a boss that never sleeps. Imagine you have a boss that works 24 hours, and if he doesn't go home, you don't go home. Then what happened to you? That is money. So money is better used than to allow money to use you. So this is it. It begins with intelligence. It begins with clarity. It begins to know that this is a money planet. Now, no matter what you want to do, money is not everything, but it affects everything. Now, if you don't understand that money affects everything, you will not take money serious. And people that don't take it serious don't have serious money. So if you want to have it serious, you need to be unapologetic that you want to be rich. It is spiritual to be rich. It is, practical to be rich. It is, very important that you come to that state. And you see, some people can buy a School of Money book right now that will hide it when they're on the road. Because they don't want people to see them carrying a book that has money on it. Now, how do you become wealthy being ashamed of something that symbolizes wealth? You are scamming yourself. So this is fundamental. You need to come to terms with it. That poverty is not poetic. You need to come to the reality that poverty is demonic in nature and it reduces the wisdom of a man to a noise. Until you come to terms with that, you will never take it serious. And wealth cannot be built with a man that wants it as an interest. Wealth is only built by a man that wants it as a commitment. So until you are committed, money don't open up its votes to you. So it is important that we know that Financial Intelligence Summit is not for people that are interested in money. It's for people that are committed to the influence they can make with money. Because let me tell you, your influence can become hybrid omnipresent with money. It means that you can be in a place that you are not physically. That means you can affect generations even when you are dead. I tell you for free that people that have mastered money, when they are dead, their impact will still be speaking. And that is why we are here today. We're not here to get by. We are here to get ahead. So you need to understand that this is the old game. The old game is you can build wealth, but it begins with managing. Managing means you must master making it. The first rule is you must make it. You see, you can't manage what you don't have. So you must master high income skill. And then after you have made it, you want to save it. You see, saving is for financial discipline. Investing is for financial abundance. Do you understand that? That means you save for financial discipline, you invest for financial abundance. That means if you save, you have discipline. That means that is the essence of saving. You save for discipline. That means you can go window shopping without taking away the window. That is, savings. That means you go there, you save your money. You check it as I'm coming back. But this is it. Having saved, what do you do with your savings? You have to look for investment vehicle, asset. For me, I'm big. I want to invest in real estate, income producing asset. That's what I do. But this is it. It begins with high income skill, ability to sell, ability to negotiate, ability to lead, ability to be courageous. Those are high income skill. Let me tell you, the word pay a man for being courageous than being smart. Because you see, you can be speaking of what you don't know, but you are speaking of it courageously, and people will still be paying you.
Right.
You understand? But you can know something and you are speaking of it timidly. And people will always this one saying. And they will go and pay a man that seems like an ignorant, but because he's courageous. So courage is an high income skill. Courage is cash flow. That means if you don't have it, you have nothing. So you need to understand that. You need to be committed. And after that, you need to begin to save. Save, not just for saving, save to thrive. Save to look for opportunity. Because you see, the Latin word for saving is preparing. That means when you are saving, you are preparing for something. So what are you preparing for when you are saving? And then after you save, then begin to invest. You are not investing to take risks. You are investing to get rich. All right? That means you need to understand that. You put your money in Zylus, you are investing to get rich. You are doing things because you know you want to get rich. Nobody gets rich in this world without investment. If anybody show you is rich without investment, it's a scam. Check it out. It's not rich. So thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, I'm just going to stand for a bit. I hope I still have the stamina too, because it's shaking. Really, really shaking all the tables and the stage right now. But I have very limited time. In fact, my time is up. But I'm just going to allow one person ask a question. One person with the permission of all of our distinguished guests. I'm not going to take so much time. If there's no question, we let them go. But if you're interested, you have to come outside. Like 1, 2, going once.
If you want to give your life to Christ, sorry, if you want to ask a question.
Going twice.
Do we have anyone that would like to, or you've all...
1, 2, okay, I guess everybody
Let's put hands together for our panelists. Can we celebrate?
I have someone. Please, you have to come fast.
Okay.
Thank you. Come like your life depends on it.
It's like that. That's like
Thank you very much. Please make it short and simple.
Straight to the question.
All right, good afternoon. So my question is to both of you. We talked about passion, and this is Nigeria. Passion doesn't work to an extent. An average person got into an industry because they see a gap there. They got into it, got that platform, and they're making something out of it. How then do you just see an opportunity and you don't have a passion for it and you still maximize it and it feels like you have a passion for it? That's the first thing. Second thing, Mr. Tade, what's the biggest skill that you think a person needs for closing a deal? You are probably the best closer that we've ever had. The biggest skill. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, where do we start? I think we should answer the first question.
Okay, so I think we need to understand that you may not need to know everything, but you can still achieve whatever you want to achieve. It's all about you understanding how to integrate the right people into your system to achieve what you want to achieve. So for instance, I'm very good in speaking, very good in writing, but I don't need to be everywhere. All I have to do is to look for a way of maximizing my strength with the other things that I don't have, which is my weaknesses. So if I need to hire someone who needs to get my rights up on Amazon for me to make more money, that means that I will activate the right persons. So what he's trying to do, or what you're trying to say, is that because you're passionate about something, you know the passion doesn't work. It means that you have missed some certain steps you need to integrate. So I can be passionate about something, but I need to understand how I can turn that passion to profit, which is whatever we're talking about. It means that if I need my books to go online, what do I need? How do I put the payment system? How do I promote? He's talking about courage. He's talking about closing this deal. So who do you need to speak to? He's talking about promoting. So who do I need to connect to help me promote this, my campaign, to the right people to see my product to close the sales? You can't do everything. That is the essence of technology. You can't do everything. That is the essence of you collaborating and looking for the right people in your team for you to turn that passion to profit for yourself.
Thank you. Mr. Tadekash.
All right, thank you very much, Samson. My friend that asked that question, for many years, people have been told that it takes two to make a sale. But it doesn't take two to make a sale, it takes one to make a sale. One person needs to be sold that something needs to be sold. That means the moment you are sold on it, there are many dreams that nobody believes in when you started it. But you know, you are sold on it. And when you are sold on something, with time, humanity always follow the man that is sold on something. That means you get to a prospect and you are asking a question, this product can be sold, and he said, let me think about it. If I am sold on it, I'm going to ask you to think about what, all right? Because there is something you need to think about. But in a nutshell, because there is no time, this is it. Closing is a mentality before it becomes an activity. You need to know that until you close a deal, you have not solved a problem. Until you close a deal, you have not helped someone. Until you close a deal, no one is helped. So be sold on it that you're going out there to close.
It starts in the mental space, ladies and gentlemen. Please give it up for this amazing man, the cash flow entrepreneur as well as the digital entrepreneur who has done amazingly well for this panel session. We'll take a picture here together before we step down.
While we're taking, say closing a deal is the what? Is the what? No, that part you said again. Is a mentality, sir? Yes, it's a mentality before it's a... Sir, drop the mic. Can we please celebrate them? Yes. Celebrate them. This is the only country where you see a photographer taking pictures and they're the ones smiling. Let's celebrate them. Celebrate them. Thank you so much. We have, Amoyo, you have to stay up. We're taking the next panel session quickly before we have our speaker, Doctor. Just while we were, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Just while we're having the panel session, we're very honored to have the Group Chief Executive Officer. Can we celebrate Mrs. Bukola Olatujoye? Can we please put her together for her excellency, ma'am? Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. All right, so we're going straight to the next panel session. We'll make it as brief as possible. This time it's going to take, can we do 15 minutes? Moyo, can we do 15 minutes? Yes. Quickly, yes, let's go.
Meet our panelist, Bukola Olatujoye. Bukola Olatujoye is an entrepreneur, investor, and business coach. She's passionate about business and has continually used her over 12 years' experience to drive personal and career growth while helping other women build scalable and sustainable businesses. She holds a first degree in business administration, and in her continuous quest for knowledge, she has acquired various certifications such as Certified International Strategic Management, Proficiency in Strategic Management, Proficiency in Human Resource Management, and so on. She's an alumna of Pan Atlantic University, where she bagged a certificate in entrepreneurial management. She sits on the board of several companies where she helps with their human and capital development as well as strategies. Apart from her interest in business, she's also passionate about all-round welfare and empowerment of women and children, and she's currently working on projects to reach out to as many women and children across Nigeria. She's also currently the CEO of Zylus Group International. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on stage, Bukola Olatujoye.
It's such an honor to have the CEO of Zylus Group International. I'm not sure you know what that means, but ladies and gentlemen, the power woman herself, please put your hands together for her once again. Thank you.
Meet our panelists.
Can we have the next panelist? Thank you. Media team. The next panelist.
Welcome our panelist, Ezekiel Shulisi. Ezekiel Shulisi is a prolific author, insightful speaker, and a serial entrepreneur. He is the CEO of Link Simple, an organization whose acronym means Life, Investing, Money, and Business Made Simple. The company has a mission to provide simplified technical, inspirational, and motivational information that would enable everyday people make deliberate improvements in their lives and businesses. His activities as a speaker and facilitator spans over a variety of industry. He's here today to expose each and every one of us to insightful information on business and entrepreneurship. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on stage one of the panelists at this summit, Ezekiel Shulisi.
Thank you so much. Keep it coming till he comes on stage, ladies and gentlemen. It's always your smile for me. Always with a dimple, one-sided dimple like my own. Ladies and gentlemen, this is yet another panel session. And just like the first one, I have powerhouses sitting right here with me. Ladies and gentlemen, this particular panel session has our very awesome Chief Executive Officer of Zylus Group International, Mrs. Oluwabukola Olatujoye. A round of applause for her once again. And right here on my left is that man. I was just watching him speak and I'm like, calm down. Because it's got so much inside of him. And I love that he always shares every time he has the opportunity to. And we're so blessed to have you here. Please give it up for Mr. Ezekiel Shulisi once again. Thank you, DJ. All right, this particular panel session, just like the first, is going to take us deeper into the practical angle of this Financial Intelligence Summit. But this time we're going to be looking at structures, systems, as well as what you need to do to leverage on your network and relationships. Because we understand that in the process of generating wealth, you need people, you need structures, you need systems, and you need to be able to walk into rooms that matters. So how to get to those places and what to do to get to those places is what we're going to be talking about on this panel session. And earlier on, while Mr. Niyi Adesonya was speaking, He actually mentioned some things that struck me, and I'm just going to read that out before I get to our panelists. It says, financial intelligence is not how much money you make, but instead how much money you keep and how hard it works for you. In your desire to become financially wealthy, find out where and how your money can work for you. All billionaires have their money working in several systems, taking note of systems. And while they are working, their money is working for them. Start making your money work for you. This is very germane because if you build everything at the end of it, you still need people in the center to make things work for you. Because money does not have legs to move, okay? It goes round with the things you do, the people you put it with, entrust it with, and a lot of other stuff. And that's why first we're going to ask the CEO, what are the things, Ma, you believe must be in place for a business structure or system to be sustainable?
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. For a business to be sustainable, you have to, the very important thing you need to have is integrity to make your business stand the test of time, because you are not the only one in that sector. So if you are telling them, this is what I do, and they get to know that what you say is not what you do, it's not what you give out, definitely you will lose out in that sector. Also, you need to deliver excellent service delivery at every point in time. You must be able to exceed your customers' expectation. If you give them a turnaround time of 2 days of delivery, try and make it a day to deliver. So, and also, you must also exhibit professionalism in all you do. Whenever you are setting out to do anything, always put professionalism in place. When they consider getting the product, let them think you first. Just as we are doing in Zylus. If you think real estate, think Zylus. So in everything you do to make your business stand the test of time, integrity is key, professionalism is key, excellent customer service delivery is key.
Great. I love that you're able to highlight some of those things. And when she said think Zylus, I was nodding my head because I have a favorite slang that I use myself, and that's the fact that Zylus did for you. And it's really germane. It's not play, it's not wash. It is real. When you come here, you know it is real. Thank you so much for highlighting that. Again, she's talked about professionalism, integrity, which is very key if you're going to maintain a business structure. And I think we should keep note of that, because everybody wants to make money, but not everybody's got integrity. And that's one of the reasons people fall down the ladder so fast. So hold on to that. Mr. Ezekiel Sholesi, my first question for you is that a lot of people have several questions they ask themselves. About starting a profitable business, how to build, structures around themselves, systems and all of that. Just walk us through the processes you think are very important when it comes to building a profitable business.
Okay, first I want to thank the organizers and also our mentors in the house. To build a profitable business, there are a couple of ways to validate the viability of a business. But one big way is to look at what the population is saying. Because if you're going to build a big business, you have to build in a huge, expanding population. And you might not realize, but there is about a 450 trillion naira opportunity available to all of us here. If you look at, it depends on which report you're looking at, whether you're looking at the World Bank report or you're looking at Ukojo and Weller's Next Generation report, it is settled that Nigeria will have about 400 million people in 2050. Now, what they say is that the statistics of the population dynamics would be that 75% of that population will be between 18 and 35. Now, what that means is that the real estate sector, perhaps, is going to experience massive growth over the next 15 years. Because 2050 is 29 years from now. If they're going to be 18 to 20 to 35, it means that by 2032, they all will have been born. Those 18 to 35 people would have been born by 2032. What that means is that 150 million people would be added to this country between now and 2035. If 5 of them live in a flat and we provide low-cost housing, that's 450 trillion naira available for grabs. If every business here, for example, Zylus has the subsidiary system, it means that everybody here can become an MD. If all of you would do 12 billion naira a year in revenue, we will still need 37,500 of you to take advantage of that opportunity. So if you look at that, you realize that once the population is available, the opportunity is huge. Now, there are other things that you need to put in place. For example, you need to have uniqueness. There has to be a reason why they're coming to you as opposed to somebody else. You need to have integrity. You need to have all of these things. But the thing I want to focus on is this. The biggest determinant is to see if a business is going to be sustainable, it means that there will be money to be made in that business in the future. And we're looking at a 450 trillion naira opportunity right now in front of us.
Okay, a lot of statistics there, and as the smart person that I am, I'm trying to see what can I do with this population right now. But we're definitely getting there, and that's how then, looking at all the things that we have in place, all the opportunities that we've been talking about, right? How then do you build your own inside all of these things, your network, the people you need, how do you reach them, you know, how do you begin to harness all of these opportunities?
So first thing, you see the opportunity is big and you cannot eat it alone. So now, you know, people say money is a solution, is a reward for solving problems. But what I also know is that more money is a result of building a system of solving problems. And that means that if I want to build a big business, I need to build a team. So first, I need to understand the opportunities that's available. Everybody in this place wants to make a lot of money, wants to build sustainable wealth. The opportunity is available. The next is, what would that make people come to me? I need to be able to find them. Thank God for people like Samson Olatunde, who shows us how you can do things digitally, right? I mean, I share with people how you can target people, you can meet the right kind of people. You can ask, what are the kinds of people that I would need to join me on this journey? I'm looking for people that are hungry. I'm looking for people that have a sense of success, right? I'm looking for people that want to be able to build something together, right? These people are available all over the place. You can segment which of them you're looking for. If you're looking for certain types of people, you know where to go to. For example, I teach people that on LinkedIn, I do a lot of targeting of, you know, top-level people. And if you go on LinkedIn, for example, and you find somebody, you realize that you most likely have a mutual friend with the person. What I will do is that I will pick up my phone and call that person and say, look, I noticed this person is a mutual friend. Do you really know him? Or are you just, you know, pen pals? If you know him, then I start the conversation to understand him. If you don't know him, I will join every single professional group that guy is in on LinkedIn. And anytime he posts, I will respond to his post with something thoughtful. Over a 2-month period, we'll become friends on LinkedIn. I'll send him a LinkedIn invite, he would accept. Now we're friends. Now, what then? I now have to think about what Jim Rohn calls intelligent self-interest, which is not just what do I want, what does he want that I can fit into what I want that aligns both of us. So you want to be a millionaire, I want to sell land. Can I provide that opportunity for you so that both of us become millionaires as a result? So first you have to realize that you need to find people, and then you need to find a way to reach them. Oh, sorry, I want to share one last thing. But the mindset to be able to get there is a research in Harvard called the 6 degrees of separation. Now, you might not believe this, but there's a research that shows that everybody in the world is at most 6 people from everybody else. Now, I remember in 2012, I was sharing this concept. I had a training that I was going to do for the Senior Special Advisor to President Duyin Kukwe on publicity. So I was sharing this, and when I said that, the man said, all this nonsense you will talk about. Do you know the president? I said, so let us check. So I said, first, I went to secondary school with a lady called Scholastica Andem over 22 years ago. And that lady, we became friends. She introduced me to a man called Dr. Awoson. Dr. Awoson had a magazine at the time that I was writing for. Dr. Wilson at the time was working in Dr. Doyekwe's office. He was the one that brought me to Doyekwe. I said, so Dr. Wilson is 2. I'm talking to you now, sir. You're 3. If I give you a good enough reason why it is in your interest and the president's interest for me to see him tomorrow, I believe you either have his number or you have the number of the chief of staff. I said, so I'm not even 6 people away from the president. I'm just 5 people. So everybody here can reach anybody if you think about what the person wants and you find the right channels to reach them.
Interesting. Just to make this a bit practical, you know, he was talking about LinkedIn, and it almost felt like, oh, most people here don't use LinkedIn. Well, it goes with your WhatsApp, your Instagram, your Facebook. I mean, someone buzzed me on WhatsApp this morning, and I posted someone's quotes that has her name on it, and then she asked me, do you know this woman? I said, yeah, she's my mama. And she was like, I think I need to meet her because I've been following her for a while. You know, that's what we're talking about, using people to get what you want. And it also is very visible here. You are in a gathering where you can walk up to anybody and everybody you want to meet. And that's where you're building a network that would eventually work for you. I just thought to break that down a little bit, just in case you're thinking too far. I'm going to ask CEO a question now, and he just talked about why we need people and how to get people together. And I know that one of the most beautiful things about bringing people together is also offering them something that would make them stay in line with the vision that you're driving. And that brings us to incentives. I know incentive is one of the ways to keep a team together, but do you really think that it has any, you know, positive move in line with encouraging structure and systems?
Incentive. It plays a vital role, because if I know if I put in my best, there is something for me aside from my normal pay, I want to go all out. It will increase my productivity, and at large, it will increase the sales revenue of such company. And in Zylus, we do that a lot. And I believe our sales force, our rentals can testify to that. In incentive, at least we do our best.
Right. Can anybody say amen to that? How many incentives have people collected? I need to start checking and collecting my share of that.
I will still do more today.
Which one am I getting, ma? Ladies and gentlemen, indeed, another way to keep your structure together. It's one thing to work so hard to build a structure. It's another thing to know how to keep them. And that's just a brief way of showing you one way to keep your structure together. My final question for Mr. Ezekiel, still in line with structure, system, and keeping all of that together, or keeping your structure together. The final question I'll ask you is, as a business owner, I know that I can't possibly go to people and forcefully bring out money from their pockets. You know, we talk about making your money work for you, but then how do I, when it comes to investment, you know, how do I get these people to trust me enough with their finances? How do I get them to give me what they have to make it work for me and for them? Just give us something on that.
So people only do business with people that they know, like, and trust. Simple. If you want people to trust you, I tell people that every business is a content business today. If you're a realtor, what I need you to start to do is to take your page and start educating people about real estate. Instead of saying, buy my house, start saying, these are 5 things you need to know if you want to buy a house. Why? Because from when we're young till now, our parents and society has educated us to give money to experts. When you're sick, they take you to a doctor. So what happens is that to collect money from people, you must prove that you are an expert at that thing. Because nobody wants to be your breakthrough. Even you don't want to be somebody's breakthrough. I said it before. Somebody said, no, why won't you? I said, okay, if you want to build a 5-bedroom, 5-story building, and somebody recommends me to you, and he says, Ezekiel is the best builder, and I come, and I share, and I look like I can do the job, but you ask me for my catalog, you only see bungalow there, and you say, Mr. Sholesi, I noticed it's just bungalow, want to be the 5-story. You say, don't worry, I've built bungalow, but bungalow is like 5 stories like 4 bungalow on each other. I will show you that I can, no problem. You won't give me, because you don't want to be the first person that I'm testing bungalow with. The beautiful thing is that you are partnered with a company that does billions. Some of us here might not realize that our biggest problem is how we introduce ourselves. We think about ourselves based on the commission we earn and not the company we work with. If I come and introduce myself and say, I'm a realtor, I'm in partnership with a company that does 6 billion naira every year in revenue, and I want to help you protect your investment, I would sound very different from when I come to you and say, I'm a realtor, I'm trying to sell my first land. Do you understand? So there are many ways to project yourself as an expert. You work with a company that does billions in revenue. That company's success is your success. Project it online. Project it in opportunity. Ask your friends that have WhatsApp groups. Become an investment expert. Tell them that, look, it's important for people to invest. Teach people about investment. As you do that, guess what would happen? People will start to sort you out and give you money. Because human beings, we are addicted to giving money to experts.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the much we can take right now. But the beautiful thing we've done to you is the fact that you can walk up to any of our panelists, any of our speakers at the end of the event to ask further questions that you may have. I'm sure it's been an interesting and practical session so far. If it has been, can I hear you say yes?
Yes.
Interesting. Thank you so much to Mrs. Oluwabukola Olatujoye as well as Mr. Ezekiel Sholesi for this amazing panel session. We just take a picture now and then we'll take our bow because we have to move on to
Ladies and gentlemen, can we celebrate Moyo? Can we celebrate her, please, Elisha? Thank you so much. We would have really loved to take more questions. Like you rightly said, there'll be an opportunity for us to interact, and that will be coming very shortly. But while we were getting ready, taking pictures, and leaving the altar, sorry, I mean the stage, I like us to take pictures, right? Can you please bring out your phones? Because who knows, you might be going home. This one is confirmed. Thank you so much for your. Thank you so much. Can we celebrate Her Excellency, Ms. Bukola? Thank you so much. At this time, I like us to bring out our phone and take a picture right now and use the hashtag FIS2021. FIS. If you've done that today, can I see you signify? You've done that, use the hashtag, and also use the hashtag the Zylus experience. Can we do that? D, as in the fee or the T is capital, the Z is capital, and the E is capital. So Zylus experience. Can we do that? Can we just take pictures? I want to say, can you take pictures? No, you can't take pictures. That would be, yeah. Can you take pictures right now? We want to be intentional about it. Can we do that? Take picture of yourself. Yes, and there's some. Yeah, take picture and you don't have. Do you have data? You don't have data. Connect to the Wi-Fi. Yeah, anything you see, you take. The password. Just use any of the password. It's a smart way and intelligent way of getting it. Yeah. Okay, so let's take picture. Let's take picture. Let's just quickly take picture. Dr. Olumide Emmanuel is going to be coming up right now. Also, in the course of the event, we have Mr. Wasu Shonekon to come speak to us, the Executive Director of Finance and Operations. Can we do pictures? Can we just do pictures? You can actually stand up and just get to, say something, say hello, take picture with somebody for another 1 minute. As you stand up, let's make sure that we have our phones and our bags so we don't become a souvenir to someone else. Nobody wants to stand up. Is it that are you okay? Just take a picture. Just go around. Is that you going to take? Oh, good. You okay? That's good. Just 1 minute. 1 minute. Remember to use the hashtag FIS 2021. Yeah. Yes. So I was told that you need to just network. Let's quickly do it. Let's quickly do it in another 1 minute. Please get the introduction ready for Dr. Olumide Emmanuel. Let's get to it. Let's go around. Yes, take pictures. Remember to use the hashtag and post. Also, you can use our Instagram handle. Are we doing that? Are we good? It's good. Thank you for standing up. Some people stood up in their mind. They just say, "Well, I can't keep myself." Some people even went straight to me, Dr. Olumide. They're confident that, Thank you. Please. I said you should network. I did not say you should go and meet our speaker. Take picture. Thank you. Oh, she said she wants to take with me. Stop it. I don't like all this. You're making me very shy. Let's go. Father, we thank you. Thank you. All right, you even came to the altar too. If you took picture with me, remember to use my Instagram handle, Spirit of Sako. You can tag me also, Spirit of Sako. Sako is spelled SSCO. Moyo, where are you? We're going to be handling. We're going to yes. Okay, boss. Are you Moyo too? Okay, let's go. Thank you. Remember to use the hashtag FIS.
Hello.
It's the Financial Intelligence Summit. Okay, hold on. Thank you. Remember to use the hashtag. Yes, boss. Thank you. Can we give our speakers space? Yes, sir. Let's remember to tag me at Spirit of Sako. Thank you. Sincerely appreciate our speakers for the privilege to take pictures with them. Yes, sir. We're good. My name is Sako, SSCO. Sako is my name, yes. I'm coming. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, we can go back to our seat now. Thank you. Somebody is looking for his girlfriend in the crowd. Please, the girlfriend of the guy, please come forward. Thank you. Thank you. All right, thank you. You can go back to your seat now. Thank you. You can go back to your seat now. As you're taking pictures, let's remember to use our face mask quickly. Thank you. Yes, this is what we want. You can't come to a summit like this and not get to meet somebody. Meet somebody. Who knows, you can even meet your future wife. I know you have a target to get married in December. She might be here. He might be here. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Father, we thank you. All right, thank you. Can you give Dr. Olumide Emmanuel space? Thank you, please. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. Can we have Dr. Olumide Emmanuel's introduction? Can we be seated? Can we please be seated? DJ, thank you. Can we please be seated? Can you please clear the aisle now? Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Can we have the ushers to please help me tell? Yes, thank you. It's okay. Thank you. It's okay. I've looked for trouble. Yeah, it's okay. Somebody still taking a picture. I know. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Dr. Lumina Emmanuel, those pictures you've taken so far, we'll start charging you. Thank you. It's okay. Thank you. Sir, please. Yes, sir, please. Thank you. We need to quickly. Yes, thank you. No. Please don't do that. Don't do picture again, please, for now, please. We'll do it after the service. Sorry, after the program. Now, I know we'll keep why I keep. Thank you. She wants the picture in between the two. No. All right. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we're wrapping up very shortly, but you need to listen. If you haven't had the opportunity of listening to Dr. Olumide Emmanuel, this is a time, this is an opportunity for you. You don't want to miss it. I beg you, you don't want to miss this session. Please put your hands together. Are you ready, sir? Please, yes. After this, Mr. Wasiu Shoneko will be coming up immediately. Let's go now.
Meet our next speaker, Dr. Olumide Emmanuel. Dr. Olumide Emmanuel is a man of multiple grace, whose influence spreads across the religious and secular arena. He is a pastor, best-selling author, conference host, as well as businessman, entrepreneur, investor, international motivational speaker, creation agent, and the senior pastor at the Set Emmanuel Over Calvary Bible Church, a fast-growing and prophetic mega ministry. He sits on the board of numerous businesses and directly manages some of them, which include Common Sense Limited, a group of businesses with an interest in real estate, publishing, consultancy, tourism, training, and so much more. He hosts the weekly Sunday Business and Leadership School, and his daily and weekly media broadcasts are a delight to many. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as we welcome on stage our speaker, Olumide Emmanuel.
Wow.
Meet our next speaker.
Hello, billionaires. Turn to your neighbor, say, hello, billionaire. Did they answer you? Okay, say 1 billion. Say 10 billion. Say 50 billion. Now saying, I am a billionaire. Do you believe that? How much did it cost you to say that? All the things you need to be, all that you need to be does not cost money. It doesn't cost money to confess the right things about yourself. It doesn't cost money to think the right things about yourself. It doesn't cost money to believe the right things about yourself. So I want to begin by thanking you all for coming, because I believe very strongly that only wise people take advantage of learning. So for you to take time out to come learn, to come be a part of this Financial Intelligence Summit, I believe very strongly that you've taken the right decision. So I want to thank you for coming. I want to especially thank the organizers. I want to thank Tosin's wife and the entire leadership of Zylus Group and all the wonderful people that have made sure that this event becomes a reality. It is my belief that with all that we have learned and will yet learn today, it won't be long. It won't be long, but you will begin to share your own success story. I want to appreciate Dr. Nee. I've given you the 2 doctorate. I give it to you. And all the amazing tribe of wonderful speakers that have taken, Tade has, broken the table, Samson, everybody, Sholesi, wonderful. Thank you all for all that you've done. Well, within the brevity of time that is available to me, I just want to challenge you as we wrap up this 4th session on developing investment mentality. Developing investment mentality. You've got to understand that if you are going to become financially free, it begins from within. You must become everything that you desire to be before you can begin to walk in the reality of what you desire to be. So you need to develop investment mentality. And now the very first word there is develop, because it's not something you are born with, it's something that you have to consciously and intentionally develop. So developing investment mentality is the engine room for wealth creation. And once you have the right mindset, then you are going to be able to walk in the reality of all that you desire to walk with and walk in. Because I've said this over and over again, poverty is first a spirit, then it becomes a mindset, then it becomes an attitude, then it becomes a lifestyle, then it becomes a reality. So there are levels you operate in order for you to begin to walk in poverty. In the same way, if you're going to become wealthy, you have to start from that realm also. So there is the need for there to be a change within you in order for you to begin to see a change happening externally. So developing investment mentality is very key. Now, what is investment mentality? I give you 3 definitions and then tell you how you can diagnose whether you have it or not, and then I'll be true, because a lot of wonderful things have been said and we don't want to go back to repeat that. So number 1, what is investment mentality? Investment mentality is a mindset that is concerned about the multiplication of all that you have. Investment mentality is a mindset that is concerned about the multiplication of all that you have. What that simply means is, if you have investment mentality, every time money comes into your hand, you are thinking, how can I multiply this money? There are only three things you can do with money. You can waste money, you can spend money, and you can invest money. You can waste money, you can spend money, and you can invest money. Foolish people waste money. Average people spend money. Wise people invest money. So in developing investor mentality, it means that you are bringing yourself to a level where every time money comes into your hand, you are not thinking of how to consume it, you are not thinking of how to waste it, you are not thinking of how to spend it, you are thinking of how to invest it and how to multiply it. You say, excuse me, but I'm going to eat. See your feeding as an investment into your health and not as spending. Do you understand that? So it's all about but I need to spend money for transportation. No, see your transportation as an investment into your mobility. But I need to pay rent, I need to spend money for rent. See your paying of that rent as an investment into your shelter. So you've got to work on that from within. You've got to understand that anyone that wants to create wealth must have investment mentality. It means any money that comes into your hand, you are not thinking of how to spend it, you are not thinking of how to consume it, you are not thinking of how to waste it, you are thinking of how to increase it, how to multiply it, and how to invest it. You hear people say things like, one careless money came into my hand last week. There are no careless money, only careless people. So you've got to understand that. Number two, what is investment mentality? Investment mentality is a mindset that is concerned about bringing you to a level in your life where you will be acquiring assets and not liabilities. Investment mentality is a mindset that is concerned about what the acquisition of assets and not liabilities. A lot of people are poor because their lives are filled with liabilities instead of assets. Oh, I love shoes. I love shoes. I hear a lot of women say, I love shoes and I love shoes. And I wonder, if you love shoes, you've got only two legs. If you love shoes, sell shoes. If you love shoes, design shoes. If you love shoes, manufacture shoes. You can't say, I love shoes, and then you are a consumer and you are buying shoes like an octopus, even though you have just two legs. So you've got to understand that whatever you love, you invest in. Whatever you love, you don't waste on. So it's very, very important. So it's a mindset that is concerned about the acquisition of asset and not liabilities. What's an asset? An asset is anything that appreciates in value. What's an asset? An asset is anything that produces cash flow. We have the cash flow king here. That day is in the house. So an asset is anything that appreciates in value. So if it is not appreciating in value, it's not an asset, it's a liability. Many of you, your bungalow is in your wardrobe because you have bag and shoe to match, yet your destiny is not matching your bank account. You bought bone straight, your life is not straight. You have a very expensive asset, but your mindset is defective. Why? Because you don't have investment mentality. So it's not about what you acquire, it's about what you invest. So asset is something that appreciates in value. Asset is something that produces cash flow. Liability is that which depreciates in value and takes money from your pocket. So sit down, do an inventory of your life, and you'll suddenly realize that the reason why you are where you are today is not because of village people, it's because of poverty mentality. Hello? If you are going to give credit of your failure to village people, then you also have to give the credit of your success to village people. If you say village people are the reason why you are where you are, every time you succeed, say thank God for my village people. They have finally made me to succeed. Listen and listen well. In the world that you and I live in, nobody will investigate the source of your poverty. People only investigate the source of your prosperity. They investigate the source of your riches. It is your responsibility to investigate the source of your poverty. It is you investigating the source of your poverty by yourself that will help you to make a commitment to develop the right mindset that will bring you out of poverty. So what is investment mentality? Number one, it's a mindset that is concerned concerned about the multiplication of all that you have. Number two, what is investment mentality? It's a mindset that is concerned about the acquisition of assets and not liabilities. Number three, what is investment mentality? Investment mentality is a mindset that is concerned about bringing you to a level in your life where you will no more work for money, but money will work for you. Investment mentality, it's a mindset that is concerned about bringing you to a level in your life where you will no more work for money, but money will work for you. Now listen and listen well. There is nothing wrong working for money, but it's kindergarten level. There is nothing wrong working for money, but it's elementary school. There is nothing wrong working for money, but it's a good way to begin. You've got to have a program. I say that I do not personally believe that anybody should work for more than 15 years. As a matter of fact, 10 years is ideal. Nobody should work for more than 10 to 15 years of their life without coming to a place where money begins to work for them. What does that mean? It means that 10 years after you started earning salary, you should have come into a place where your investment and the returns and cash flow from your investment is enough to take care of you without you having to be waking up every day to go look for money. So investment mentality is that mindset that is telling you the very day you resume that work, the very day you get your first job, you are telling yourself, I don't want to do this 9 to 5 all my life. I don't want to sit down here waiting for salary, waiting for 30 days make one pay all my life. I don't want to do that, because that's not the best way to do it. Because see, you need to understand that in the rat race of life, if your life is all about the rat race, even if you win the race, you are still a rat. Why? Because whether the handcuff is golden handcuff or silver handcuff or wooden handcuff, handcuff is handcuff. And when you go into an organization, the very minute you resume, look at those that have been working in that place for the past 10 years. Look at those that have been working in that place for the past 15 years. Guess what? They are a prophetic picture of your future. So if you resume today and you see someone that has been working in that place for the past 10 years and he doesn't have a car, you see someone that's been working in that place for the past 15 years and is still struggling and telling you we need to form union, they need to increase our salary, monkey they work, baboon they shop, this salary no ratio, you need to understand that that is your prophetic picture. That means in the next 15 years, in the next 10 years, if you don't do something different, you will most likely end up like that. So it's you telling yourself, I don't want to work for money all my life. I want money to work for me. Now, there's nothing wrong working for money. But you've got to have a plan. So that while you are working for money, you are putting the money to work. So that after working for money for a while, what's that? I should take what off? This off. Okay. Okay, let me put it in my pocket. We are in COVID. Okay. So you've got to understand that you sit down, you are planning that, okay, all my life now, I'm working. Okay, I have to have a plan. This one that I'm working for money now, I should begin to put money aside. I should begin to send the money on assignment so that after a while, instead of me working for money, the money will begin to work for me. Now, think about it. Many of you will sit down from time to time and you always ask yourself the question, where was my father where other people were making money? Where was my father where other people were making money? Guess what? You have started your own. Ọmọ tó ní bàbá wọn la. Ọmọ tó ní màmá wọn lówó lọ́wọ́. Ẹnu ẹ̀lẹ́ kò sí yẹn. Many of you looking young now, you have been working for 15 years. Do you have a car? Hello? Why? Because you see, you need to understand that things don't change with time, they change with action. Oh, time will tell. Time will tell. Time will tell nothing. 10 years ago, you said your future is bright. 10 years later, is it bright? My future is bright. I must get there. There is no future anywhere. The future is a concept. Tomorrow is a concept. There is nothing called future. There is nothing called tomorrow. Today is the tomorrow you spoke about yesterday. So 10 years ago, they told you your future is bright. 10 years later, is it bright? You can never enter a bright future except you create a bright future. The future you create is the future you inhabit. Your grandfather worked in Nigerian Railway. Your father worked in Nigerian Airways. Now you are in NIPOST. It's not a generational course, it's a generational choice. So you need to make up your mind that I'm not going to do it the way they have done it. So you've got to sit down and begin to have a plan. So imagine that every 5 years, of your father's 35 years of working. Every 5 years of those 35 years, he built one house every 5 years. By the time he will be retiring after 35 years, or after 35 years of labor, your father will have how many houses? 7. Question now, for many of you now, if your father dies today, you will need to begin to cry. You know why you will cry? Because you have to be looking for money for your burial. And that's why in Africa, all we know is generational curses, as if devil is resident in Africa. Why are we not talking of generational blessing? But let me tell you something. I stand today as one with oil on his head, and I declare over everyone under the sound of my voice, where your ancestors has failed you, you will not fail your descendants. Your children will not ask you, where were you when your mates were making money? When people were buying land in Zylus, buying house in Zylus, becoming a realtor, investing, you'll be saying, nanai. When you bought Bone Street, it was not a lie. When you were fixing eyelashes, it was not a lie. When you were buying the extension nails, it was not a lie. To extend your money to investment now is a lie. Hello? So what is investment mentality? It's a mindset that is concerned about what? Number 1, multiplication of all that you have. Number 2, acquisition of asset, not liability. Number 3, bringing you to a level where you don't work for money, but money works for you. I begin to wrap up now. Question: do you have investment mentality? Do you have investment mentality? Investment mentality is not a course in the university, it's not a degree in school. Hello? Because when it comes to financial prosperity, academic education is not the key. That's why you can have PhD in swimming technology. It doesn't make you a swimmer. An 11-year-old boy in Bayelsa can beat you to swimming. Why? He didn't go to school, but he understands it. There are a lot of people now that have business at BSc. They have MSc in business administration. Ordinary barbing salon, you cannot run successfully. Why? Because you know the theory, but you don't understand the practical. Why is that? Because over 80% of what they teach you in school expires the day you graduate. Expires the day you graduate. So you've got to understand that you need to settle this investment thing. That's what I've just come to put in you, to ignite in you that giant on the inside, so that you can rise up and say, no more. What conquered my father will not conquer me. What conquered my mother will not conquer me. In the days of my father, instead of buying land, they were buying Volkswagen. Dekumagolo. Now they have Dewamagolo. I will not be like that. In the days of my father, they were buying Peugeot 504 without having 504,000 million. But today, I will not be like that. Listen and listen well. Whether it's Uber Corolla, or whether it is Previa, or whether it is Range Rover, I will not be a part of those that will park a 12 million naira car in a 3 million naira rented apartment, and I will be doing big boys, fake prosperity, 6-pack, you don't have 6 figures. I will not be a part of those that will deceive myself with Instagram riches, but when the chips are down, you have nothing to show for it. It is only in Lagos that I have seen that the illiterate are the landlord, the educated ones are the tenants. Many of you are sitting down here right now, you have more degrees than a thermometer. How many plot of Zylus land do you have? How many houses have you bought in Zylus? It's so amazing. When we started this new real estate industry 21 years ago, those who sold for us, we called them agents. Today you people have come with different kind of name. You say realtor, partner. Question: oh ye realtor, how many plot of land do you have? How can you sell what you don't believe in? The first law of being a realtor is you must understand the business. The second law, you must have ownership. If you are a realtor in Zylus and you don't have one plot in Zylus, you are fake. Fakey, near fakey. How can you be selling what you don't have? If you collect your first commission, put it down as a deposit for your own first plot. Realtor, also Igbo. That's how shoemaker will say I'm a cobbler. Driver will say I'm a chauffeur. Tailor will say I'm a fashion designer. Big grammar. Title without entitlement. So do you have investment mentality? How do you know whether you have it or not? It's a simple question. What do you do with your money? Everybody's making money, but what are you doing with your own? Many of you have three, four answered like a 419. Yet you don't have any shares in the telecom industry. Who did this to you? Who did this to you? Hello? So what do you do with your money? There are three things you can do with money. What are they? You can, number one, waste it. Number two, spend it. Number three, invest it. So are you a waster, a spender, or an investor? They say I have 5 minutes more. Let me close. And I want to close by asking a very simple question so that you can go home and think about it. Because great meetings don't make people. Great decisions make people. The question I want to ask you is very simple. How will your death be announced? Because you know everybody will die. Whether it's good old age or small old age, you will die. So the question is, how will your death be announced? There are two ways to announce death. Choose one. Number one, with deep sorrow of heart, we announce the sudden demise of our father, brother, cousin. Every time you hear with deep sorrow of heart, a poor man has died. Every time you hear sudden demise, a poor man has died. Even if he's 78, he's still sudden. Hello? One of our daughters lost the father. Painful experience. She lost the father, 78-year-old man. And she was crying in my office, daddy should not die now. Daddy should not die now. Daddy should wait to enjoy. And I'm asking myself, 78 years should not die now. He should wait to enjoy. If all was well, should he suffer at 78? And the person crying in my office is a 45-year-old lady that is still poor. I know, daddy should wait so that I will have money to take care of daddy. At 44, you are poor. When will you also take care of that? I don't understand. When poor people die, it's always sudden. Because even at 78, they are waiting for him to blow. Do you know the amazing thing about that kind of death? When you go to the burial, it's most likely done in Aton 1 or Aton 2 or Aton extension. Do you know what happens? When you get there, there will be weeping and wailing and gnashing of teeth. You will see a woman there with like 6 children looking like HIV patients. Because poor people give birth to children as if they are trying to win an award. Taking it, and this one no make am. This one go make am. If you look very well at one corner, you will most likely see another woman with what? With another baby. The foolish man even has a side chick and an outside baby. And by the time the guy is dead, you know what they will do? They will now carry the woman and shave her hair and say she should come and say in the village, you are the one that killed our son. Person with poverty kill, they say na your wife kill him. What is in that man that somebody wants to kill? Hello? That is one way for death to be announced. The second one, with gratitude to God for a life well spent, we announce the passing away into glory. When you hear that announcement, a rich man has died. The burial is not in Aton, it's in the vault. And when you go there, nobody is crying. They don't cry there. When you see the widow, she's wearing designer skirt suit, not Akosho. When you see the widow, her bag is a linen bag, Louis Vuitton shoe, police eyeglasses with a goosey silk scarf, handkerchief. By the time you get there, you will see that it's just one wife, one boy, one girl. The boy came from London, the girl came from Canada. And the woman is not crying, she will just be doing like this. They don't cry there. They don't cry. Why? Because the man has lived a good life. Just 2 children, 17 houses in Zylus estate all over the country. 1.2 billion invested in Zylus investments. Getting return every year without fail. Hello? Why would they cry? Most of the tears in the burial ground, they are tears of poverty. Is a tears of poverty. And that is why we have put this financial intelligence summit together, so that where your father fail, you will not fail. Where your mother fail, you will not fail. So that, listen to me, There are only three people that are called Lord. Jesus is Lord. The judge is Lord. Landlord is Lord. If you are not owning a plot of land, you are not in lordship. You are in idolatry. It's called the idolatry of tenancy. I speak to you today. You will die well. Oh. I say you will die well. Your children will not mourn over you. Between now and the next 12 months, all those, I want to buy this, I want to buy that, this, yellow this. Look, remove all those wastes from your life. Begin to put money together. If you don't have one plot, in 12 months, have one. If you have one, in 12 months, have three. If you have 5, in 12 months, add the house to it. Because by the time we come to celebrate 4 years of Zylus, if Christ tarries, I don't want to see you trekking down here, coming with Uber, packaging yourself with borrowed clothes, and deceiving yourself with fake prosperity, taking picture on Instagram with another person's car, so that you can confuse poor people like you. No, I want you to be a panel discussant next year, so that we are talking about your success story. Follow me on Instagram at Olumide Emmanuel. Get the School of Money book so that you can become a student. God bless you. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Dr. Olumide Emmanuel once again. Wow, woo! Thank you, DJ. Thank you, DJ. We have to move. Thank you. Amazing, isn't it? Amazing, isn't it? Okay, so you can get the School of Money. It's right here. It's with it's at the stand outside. It's going for 20,000 naira. Then there is also, this is a mentorship guide. This is something that I believe you should have. We can also ask for it as a stand. It's a compilation of some of the works of Dr. Olumide Emmanuel. You can see it right here. It's going for 200,000 naira, so you can also pick that up at the stand. I know is one of the reasons most people came here today, so make sure you get his work before you go. Please don't be in a hurry as well. Your refreshment is being passed as you sit. Please make sure it gets to you as we bring the event to a close gradually. But while we do that, I would like us to please join me as I welcome on stage to give you some of the things that you can now be a part of in line with the new level that we're talking about. Welcome with me the ED Finance and Operations of Zylus Group International, Mr. Wasiu Shoneko. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope we've learned a lot today. My sincere appreciation to Dr. Olumide Emmanuel. He has spoken a lot today. And if there is anything I've learned that it's not just about saving, it's about investing. And it's not just about investing, it's about investing in assets that generate cash flow. And so this is why, at this point, it becomes expedient as a realtor, as a client, as a potential client to invest in real estate. Because as a finance person, that is something I used to say, and I'd like to state it this afternoon, that the only sector of the economy at this point in time that has not been affected by the increasing inflation, the persistent increase in price, is real estate. Okay. So I like to say that it's not possible you buy a land for 1 million naira today and you want to sell it tomorrow and someone is offering you 900,000. Is that possible? So when you buy a phone, say you buy iPhone 12 Pro Max like mine today, and if you want to sell it tomorrow, I'm sure you won't sell it for the same price. This is because this is not an asset. Or should I say, it's not a cash flow generating asset.
I want you to be more audible, so maybe you should change this mic.
And so that's why I like to state some of the offers that we have as part of our activities to celebrating Zylus at 3. So if I were you, I'll pick up my writing materials and take note of some of these few points. To invest in real estate, you need to invest smartly. And as real estate experts that we are, we used to say that while investing, location is important. So there is a location that I want to pitch to you this afternoon. This is our estate at Alagbado, the Western Hilltop Estate. The current market price of the estate is 8 million naira for a 500 square meter land. But in the spirit of anniversary and increasing value for our investors, the management has slashed this price at about 29%, and so the estate is currently selling for 5.7 million naira. Before now, the only opportunity we have is to pay outrightly. The management has, however, went further by stating that we can make a 3 million naira initial deposit while we spread the balance for 3 months. This is an important offer, and I want you all to take note of this and key in before the promo ends. I also want to state that investing in real estate is important, but investing in a reliable and secured real estate platform is what is most important. One of the subsidiary companies of Zylus Group International, which is Zylus Investment Limited, has a product named Land Banking Development Project, whereby as an investor, invest certain amounts of money into the development of real estate properties and earn returns after a specific period of time. So based on our project, currently, based on our forecast, the return on investment to an average investor is primarily supposed to be at 30%. But in the spirit of anniversary, in the spirit of giving more to our clients and investors, and like Dr. Olumide said, as a realtor, you should not be a signpost. You should not only describe where properties are to your clients, you should also take advantage of this. So the average returns on investment is supposed to be 30%, and like I said, in the spirit of anniversary, the management have decided to increase the return on investment back to 35%. So this is going to continue to run until a further announcement is made. Zylus Group International wants to take 100 people to Egypt come the next 3 months. So all you need to do is to sell 2 units of Zylus Court Extension or Zylus Court Phase 1 itself. As a client, when you buy our Western Hilltop Estate, you stand a chance to win iPhone 12. All this is still in the spirit of our anniversary. Can we put our hands together for Zylus Group International? I also have the privilege to announce the opening of another estate, a baby estate. Of course, we might not start the sales of this estate, but then investment into the development of this estate will be commenced in the spirit of anniversary. Our estate Lekki Pride Phase 1, located at Abraham Adesanya, is currently selling, and at the moment, semi-detached is fully sold out. And so, I also want to state that one of the ways to generating passive income is by getting rental income. I'm sure that Mr. Tadikash spoke a little bit about this. And so our 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, and 1-bedroom apartment at Lekki Pride Phase 1 is a viable real estate asset to key into in order to generate this kind of returns. So the baby estate is Lekki Pride Phase 2, located on the coastal road along Ogombo. Investments into this estate are started, and you can start investing and generate 35% returns on your investment. So what this means is that when you invest 100 million naira, you get 35 million naira as returns on investments. So the total you get is 135 million naira at the end of 12 months. So this is a little about our anniversary offers. Thank you very much as you continue to enjoy your afternoon.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Please put your hands together for Mr. Wasiu Shonekan once again. There you have it, all the opportunities that you need to start tapping into so that when we do 4 years anniversary, like Dr. Olumide Emmanuel said, you're going to come here branded with your own stuff and, you know, prosperity will look real on you at that time. So tap into those opportunities now. They are very, very important. Ladies and gentlemen, a very quick announcement and another opportunity for you to tap into is that we want you to go to Instagram. So bring out your phone, go to Instagram right now, and go to the page of the chairman, Zylus Group International. Go to that page. Go to that page. It is oluwatosin.olatujoye. Oluwatosin.olatujoye. Go to that page. Follow him. Because there you're going to start tapping into some level of experiences as well. Go to that page now. I can't see you bring out your phone. Go to that page. Follow him. We have gifts up for grabs when you do all of these things. So we're going to check your names, pick randomly, check your names, and reach out to you in your DM for prizes. So go to oluwatosin.olatujoye and follow that page. Go to Zylus Homes and follow that page right now. The media team are picking winners at this time. They will reach out to you in your DM for your prize. Zylus Homes, that's Zylus Homes. Oluwatosin.olatujoye. Also follow, are you still there? Okay. The third handle you're going to follow is Bukola Olatujoye. So we're going to pick our winners across those Instagram handles. Bukola Olatujoye, Oluwatosin.olatujoye, as well as Zylus Homes. We are picking the winners randomly from the following, and then, or from the followers rather, and then you will be reached out to via your DM for your prize. Trust me, it's going to blow your mind. I am very, very honest. I don't want to announce it now so that people will not start fainting. So just do that and you will be in your DMs. Please, as we bring this to a close, do not forget to also network because we're going to close very shortly. But before that time, please join me as I welcome on stage the acting GMD, Zylus Group International, Mr. Olugbenga Ojo. A round of applause for him as he comes on stage. I know you've gotten your food, but still clap. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. I believe we've enjoyed ourselves so much. We were soaked, and I also believe we were soaked in the presentations that were given this morning. If you ask me, I will tell you that it's a watershed in my life, especially when Pastor Adesonya gave his presentation. Tadekash also did excellent justice to the program we've put in place, not to talk of what Dr. Olumide did. Dr. and Pastor Olumide actually brought the entire presentation home. And I believe we've been richly blessed being part of this program. Now, one thing I want to also say quickly, or add quickly to what my colleague has said. He talked to you, he mentioned the different products we have. He talked about LDP. He also mentioned the LDP is an investment product we have that gives a return of about 30 to 35%. We also have another one we call PDSS. That is Property Development Savings Scheme. This one is a contributory scheme for in case you are planning to save towards acquiring your own land, or you are putting up a savings scheme towards school fees, traveling, what have you. I'll tell you readily that PDSS is the scheme you should adopt. How does it work? Very simple. All you need to do is assign a certain fraction of your monthly revenue to this savings scheme. And the minimum contribution is 20,000 naira. The minimum contribution is 20,000 naira. And you can do it for either 6 months or 12 months. And the return on investment, that is the interest on this savings scheme, is 25%. Now, let me tell you something about Zylus experience. Now, unlike so many other real estate companies, we've mentioned the return on investment, 35 and 25%. Some people might be saying, this cannot be real. This is a Ponzi scheme. No, it isn't. This is real. This is Zylus. And for you to be assured that your investment is in safe hands, we have some securities that we have introduced to back up your investment. Perhaps of course, we have entrepreneurs in the house. We have investors in the house. We have 4 instruments that we have put in place to safeguard your investment. The number 1 is the investment certificate. As soon as you commit your funds to us, right, we issue you an investment certificate, right? The second one is a post-dated check. And so at the maturity of your investment, you need not come back to Zylus to say, oh, my investment has matured. There is a post-dated check that goes with your what? With your investment. So all you need to do is that at the maturity date, just go to your nearest bank and deposit what? This post-dated check, and you collect your money. What money are you collecting? You are collecting your principal, that is your seed fund, with what? The return on investment. Now, the number 3 security we've put in place is what we call deed of agreement. We have an instrument we call deed of agreement. Now, because we have more than 17 estates spread across the country, if you check the program with you there, we have locations in Lagos, Abuja, Ibadan, Ogun State, Enugu, and expanding. And so this deed of certificate simply means that now, to the value of the fund you have committed to us or with us, that value of fund, we apportion to you a sizable part of our estate or land that is equal to the amount you have committed or you have invested in our company. That is the deed of what? The deed of agreement. Such that even at the maturity of your investment, if you don't want the money back, you know how inflation has eaten into Nigerian economy. 100,000 today could be what? 70,000 next year. True or false? Yes, we have double-digit inflation. And so in case you don't want that money back, and you want that money to be converted into a portion of our estate, easily we do that. Now, we are talking about the Zylus experience. And the 4th Zylus experience is that there is an insurance bond that goes with your what? Investment. Meaning that it will take 3 organizations to die for your investment to what? For you to lose your investment. It takes Zylus, which can never die. Why? Because Zylus is written in the hollow of the hand of God. So it can never die. And so it will also take that insurance company that has insured your investment to what? To die. Now, you know there's a third layer, which we call reinsurance company. You know, there are reinsurance companies that have insured the insurance company. It will also take them to die for you to lose your investment. And so your investment, you can never lose your investments. So those are the 4 instruments that we have put in place to what? To back your investment. And perhaps there's a realtor in the house. You're a realtor and you have not partnered with Zylus Group International. You are missing on so many fronts. You are missing. We have fantastic and excellent rewarding system in place that when you perform, you are excellently rewarded, right? That is just to mention few of what the Zylus experience. And so, I am told to also give the vote of thanks, am I right? And so, we are dropping the curtain on this particular session, which is the morning session. The afternoon session will also come up in another 1.5 hours, but that is strictly by invitation. On behalf of the chairman, top management, and the good people of Zylus Group International, we want to appreciate everyone, each one of you, that has counted it worthy to be part of this celebration. It is a celebration of success. It is a celebration of goodwill. It is a celebration of what God has been doing and what God will continue to do in the life of what? Zylus Group International. We thank you for coming and we hope you will partner with us. Thank you so very much and have a safe journey back home.
Ladies and gentlemen, the GMD Zylus Group International, Mr. Olugbenga Ojo, thank you so much. Have you experienced Zylus? Have you experienced Zylus? Will you come back when we call you? Will you invest with Zylus? If you will, can I have you put your hands together for yourselves? So together, so that everyone at Lekki Phase 1 will hear us, together we are going to scream the Zylus experience. Are you ready? Are you ready? Remember, people at Lekki Phase 1 must hear also. You can set your camera if you want to. Make sure you post your pictures and videos on Instagram using our hashtag Zylus@3. So the @ is the, you know the @ you do when you're doing at gmail.com, yeah? So Zylus@3 as well as hashtag Zylus experience. The Zylus experience actually. Hashtag the Zylus experience. Now bring out your phone because we are going to scream the scream together. Are you ready, ladies and gentlemen? Are you sure? The way you're even sounding, I'm not sure that they will even hear us outside, not to talk of Lekki Phase 1. No. Are you ready? 1, 2, ready! The Zylus experience! Amazing, ladies and gentlemen. We would now love to have management team come on stage for a group photograph. DJ, thank you. Management team, please come on stage for the group photograph. All of the members of the management team outside, would love for you to be inside at this time for a group photograph. I'd love for the team to also help us rearrange the stage for that to happen. Please, now is the time for you to walk around, move around, talk to somebody, network, take all the beautiful pictures you can, you know, and make sure you use the hashtag, the Zylus experience, hashtag Zylus@3. The next